Alright. There we are. I don't care about that. Let's just see if this is still... There it goes. Perfect. Sweet. Let's see. Gotta get these windows working around. Yeah, that works. Well, sorta. No, it doesn't. Alright. I wish I had a better view of, nope, not what I wanted to do. I guess that works. I wish there was a better way to do this. I think there is. Give me a second. Just trying to grab my bearings on how this would work. Yep, there we are. Okay. I don't understand why it's not showing up though. It's showing up in some places but not others. How's my audio, by the way? Because... Oh, great. I think I just lost everyone. Yep, I think I just lost everyone. Well, no, according to this, I didn't. There we are. Okay. Sorry, everything's just moving around on me and I'm trying to figure out exactly the best view to see chat and everything. Alright, how's my audio? Alright, so my audio seems to be doing well. Okay. But I need a better way to view this chat, so... How's this? I'll move this, what's here, there, okay. That there. Let's open up another instance of this. And move you over here. There we are. Alright, and I assume the background music isn't that bad either? Like, volume-wise? I don't want it drowning me out either. Yep. The delay is kind of killing it. Alright, sounds good to me. Yeah, I just got that message. So, let's see. Since I have a few people watching, where do we want to start? I have a few things lined up. Let's see here. Don't really want to get into the environment stuff yet, because that requires me to run the virtual machine, which I'll do towards the end of the video, or probably second. So let's go ahead and start with let's do GitHub. Yeah, I'm thinking GitHub would be nice. All right. So alright, so how this is going to work with the live stream. I'm not going to... Alexa's going off on me. With the live stream, what's going to happen is I'm going to have different videos. So I'm still going to be streaming... So I'm going to still be streaming the whole thing. But I'm going to be stopping and starting recordings and stuff for different videos. What's nice about the live stream, though, is I can get feedback in the middle of the video or answer questions towards the end and whatnot. I'm thinking about starting GitHub or... let's see. It's either GitHub or setting up the environment. So... there we are. I'm trying to talk to the chat, making sure we got everything straightened out. Lag seems to be maybe 5 seconds. So I'm thinking we're going to start with GitHub, considering the only person that's mentioned it. So, alright, we're going to start with GitHub. Alright. Hey guys on YouTube, this is part of a live stream audience as well. But just for the YouTube people out there that aren't watching this live stream, we will be going over GitHub today. As GitHub, a lot of people don't use. I say I don't use. I haven't seen many people use it outside of work. Let's see, to really go over what GitHub is, let's open up a web browser real quick. Let's make sure that I can make sure everyone can see this though. There we are. So GitHub's a nice place to have your code online so that whenever you have collaborators, so a team of people working together, you can put your code up here. I'll be covering this a little bit later as well, but you'll see that I'm able to post code online. People can pull and push. I'll talk a little bit about that later. Really nice way of making sure you're not using GitHub or not using Dropbox or something else. Let's say that to share code. It's very nice, displays really easily, and does merges really well. And you are right. Apparently, I haven't even... There we are. Way better. My bad. So, anyways, getting back to GitHub. This is what GitHub looks like. I'll be covering over Java basics later on. So, that was my bad, guys. Yep, let's cut the video and we'll start over. Actually, while I'm thinking about that. Alright, I'm cycling through my recordings right now because I can record separately than I'm streaming, so. Alright, guys in YouTube land. For people that are not watching live stream, I will be, I'm kind of covering over a live audience, so they're kind of helping me out here as well. And let's see. I gotta turn down notifications, don't I? Because apparently, I wish people would stop messaging me and message me in hip chat. Let's see. Starting over again with this recording mess. It's been a while, guys. And there we are. So now I won't get disturbed. Now they're talking about closing windows. I don't know what they mean by closing windows. Oh, that window. But you can't see me right now, so why does it matter? And by the way, the blinds are closed. So it's... that window's closed with the blinds shut. You're talking about the one that's behind me right now. I know it was bright. I mean, it's called a sun. Do you want it brighter? Here, I'll show you what it brighter means. That didn't help much, did it? To me, it does help a lot. It darkens the room for me, but... But you can still see my face, so why does it matter too much anyway? Alright, I'm trying to figure out where to start with this GitHub stuff. Also got to remove the old MKV folder, or the old files, that way I'm not using them. And we'll resize this. And by the way, Tosh, I'm not actually, I don't actually have a Google Hangouts on there. I'm using OBS and stuff like that. I want to be, I'm not gonna be the typical guy in the dark room. Anyways, I gotta get back to GitHub. I need to, I don't know if I want to cover GitHub. It's called Magic Atosh. I can do moderating stuff as well. I don't know, should I cover Git or GitHub? I'm thinking GitHub is a little bit too, well... Let's look up a definition for GitHub before I do anything. Let's do that. By the way, how are the screen... Well, you can't see the screen size, so... I'm trying to get used to these windows and stuff. How are the text sizes? I can't tell. And yes, currently Groove, I am controlling the Technomancers account. It's a branding account, so I can add multiple people who can stream to this. But since I set it up yesterday, I kind of just set it up real quick and stood it up. And Atosh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. On the computer, I can hover over people, and there's those 3 dots, and you can report, remove, put user in timeout, and block. But I'm pretty sure there's commands and something similar to that as well. Okay, so maybe I should cover Git, and then what GitHub is, since it's the online version of Git. What? Why'd you ban him? Why? That was harsh. Now you gotta... For science. Now I can't even talk. Oh, how do you add him back? I don't know how you did that, but thank you. Oh, that was harsh. Alright, guys. Okay. Alright, let's see. What are my different windows? I got the text in basic. I got this one here, which is nice. Oh, well. There we are. Alright, so I can definitely... I need to change text size. And I think I also want to change my brush. 'Cause I didn't like that one. Was it this one? And that's back to the default. That's close enough. So yeah, I think that works. Of course, I'm probably gonna miss that little bit right there. Kevin can't type anything, Atosh. Anyways, let's get back to this. So we have 2. I want to switch between 2 and 10. I know you guys can't read that at the top, but there's numbers at the top that tell me which screen to move between. So we can cover what GitHub is by definition. Go to GitHub. We're gonna need links. Alright. And since I'm on Linux, it shows download for Linux, but you can download for Windows here. Alright. That's actually where you have to go. Okay. Bring back Kevin. Strip Atosh's mod status. That's 5 minutes, Atosh. You timed him out for 5 minutes. With great power comes great responsibility. You gotta learn that. Anyways, so maybe not setting up the environment. Maybe we should call this, GitHub base or Git. What is Git? No. Git and GitHub basics. Hold on, basics gotta be capitalized. Oh, I know there's a... Oh, between video and audio? Like how slight? Because I can change that. About how much? Like milliseconds? Two seconds? That's a big time. I'm gonna put it at like half a second. Alright, so audio is now at half a second. I don't know which one's faster and which one's slower, so you're gonna have to help me out here. I probably just made it worse then. It's... Wait, so... I said I fixed it and you say it's fine now? Did you guys see a difference at all? I'm trying to make sure that audio doesn't sound like... Because I just... Okay, so you're still fine. Alright, so I'm gonna keep the settings the way they are then. No, because it was I just added half a millisecond delay to my audio to catch up with my video, and that could be what it is. Or so my video could catch up to my audio. Something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what that did. Oh great, now I can't close this window. Okay, good. Alright, I'm back. Woo! That was iffy. Alright. Now, I think I know what Atosh is talking about. There are slight audio issues when it comes to this stuff, and I thought it was fine, but I guess it wasn't. Yay, Kevin's back. Alright, so, anyways, I gotta get back on schedule. Or there's not much of a schedule, I have all night, but, so, let's see, this is what you want me to do. I think this is what you're talking about, Atosh. The issue I have with that is it covers up the bottom right or bottom left, so I can't always use it. So yeah, I can do that, but the issue is if I start coloring in something like right here, actually you still can't see that arrow. Well, can you? I don't know if you can see that arrow. Let me go back. Yeah, you can see that arrow. So you see what I'm saying? If I start writing something in that corner, something could happen. But anyways, I don't know if I can cover everything. I'm just now getting used to that. There we are. Okay. Just draw a box with a camera. And stay out of that box. I can try. I'm not the best. My head just thinks and it flows through, and that's about it. Anyways. Okay. That was a long, 30 minutes just trying to get everything straightened out. Okay. Anyways, let's see. We're gonna start with Git. Go over what a distributed version control system is. Alright, so I have one question for somebody on the team. I'm going to allow one person to be a guest speaker, I guess is what I'm going to call them, for this video, and then another one for another video, and another for another video. This one's going to be on Git, and the idea of the voice speaker is so that I can flow through, and to me it's easier to do a stream when I'm talking to somebody. If I don't, and Atosh, you already have moderator status, so so Atosh doesn't want to do it for Git. Zach, do you want to do it for Git? Let's see, we have that. We have Cameron, I think, is on. We also have Kevin. I could do Deep. I don't mind doing Deep if he's willing to talk online. Alright, Zach, I think you're the one that's gonna, I think you're the one that's been voted into that one. I don't mind if they have questions. But anyways, according to this, Zach, you are part of Discord, right? Yes. You should now be able to join that stream channel. Alright, let me know if you can join that stream channel.
Hooray.
Yay. Let's see if everyone else heard you. I think my audio is set up to where they'll hear you. Talk again.
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you. According to my streaming.
Alright, now I have to mute the stream because I don't want to hear myself talk.
That would get annoying, wouldn't it?
Yep. Alright.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm doing pretty well. Trying to figure out exactly where I'm going to start everything.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I show my...
I think if you're starting out with Git, you could talk about GitHub as the basis and then move into Git in itself to talk more about like how you can interact with code on GitHub.
I was thinking about starting actually what Git is and then going to GitHub.
Okay.
But I know GitHub, see, if I do Git, right, that's from the terminal, but GitHub is online, which is nice and all this and that. Maybe I have a Git definition up and running? Like, what is Git?
Yeah, so you could start out with the definition and then just move into it, right?
There we are. But I know you guys can't see that. There we are. There we are. And I assume that's big enough so everyone can see that. And I think my video's out, or my head's out of the way for that one. That covers that. Then we can go to the GitHub definition, which is basically... Oh, that's a little too big. It is just the online version of Git. Alright. So, how should the intro go? Because since you're joining, you're also part of the intro.
You mean on this topic?
Yes, whenever...
Or like...
Well, so, we're currently in the live stream, right?
Right.
But I also was going to record separately.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to record separately so I can edit... It's easier to edit videos when I'm separating them.
Right.
So we're gonna do a YouTube intro halfway through a live stream.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I don't know how to. How do we want to advertise Technomancers? I guess.
So let's see. You could do the basic like tutorial lesson thing, like, hey guys, Technomancers here today with Will Dixon and Zach, whatever, right? But I don't know. That seems kind of bland to me.
I wish I had Twitch overlays, by the way, but I do not. Actually, I do for my other channel, but not for this one.
Better just like get a
techno.
commission.
Kevin wants us to say, "I say techno, you say mancers."
Techno Tancer. Wait a second.
And Atosh, if I get a video together for that, I could on YouTube, but I still, whenever you advertise yourself as a person, you still have to do a second intro to it. So, anyways, I'll figure something else on the fly. I'll introduce you, and then we will go ahead and go to start recording. Or, not start recording, we'll start the GitHub stuff on probably that page.
Oh boy, I'm making it big on YouTube.
Well, this is supposed to be our channel, not my channel. Even though I'm the one that created it, it's supposed to be our channel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Meaning,
right.
Deep, please make a Twitch over.
Yes, very much so. Anyways, so I'm gonna start recording, and alright, I'm recording now.
Oh
And
my god.
of course I can. Yeah, I can. Of course I'm gonna edit after the fact, so I can click forward and after.
Mm-hmm. Meaning I can say almost anything I want at this point in time.
Correct.
Right. No. Cut the stream.
Alright. I can't. I'm watching myself like a couple seconds in the past, and it's bothering me.
Right. I
so
had another
I
friend
have
who
to
used to stream.
I have to watch the actual live,
man.
what's streaming the live stuff, so I can actually talk.
Should
yes.
I get a camera view or no? I could go over to Will's house.
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh,
Alright.
bummer.
Anyways. Hey guys, it's Technomancers here. I'm Will Dixon. I'm one of the mentors for the Technomancers, Team 1758. First robotics team. I'm here with Zach.
Hello, everybody.
Apparently who doesn't like to talk as fast as most people. Anyways, today we were going to cover Git. And this is what our team uses to make sure that our code is well available to everyone on our team. We have private repositories so that we can do it during competitions, but then we make them public afterwards. I'll talk more about what private and public are in a minute. But what Git is, according to Wikipedia, is a version control system for tracking changes in computer files and coordinating work on those files among multiple people. Software development's a good reason to use it, of course. It was actually created by Linus Torvalds. He was the guy that created the Linux kernel. So actually the machine I'm running on right now, he created the kernel, or developed the kernel for it. And is still working on it, which is nice. Let's break down what a version control system is to begin with, though. So, a version control system is something that I can have a file, or basically start off with a blank file system. A blank file system would be just an empty folder, so I'll just have an empty folder here or something. And then I'll have and then this will be what's called the repository folder in here. Right? That repo holds a bunch of other files. So other files will go inside of this. So let's say I create a Hello World folder, or a Hello World file. Hello World.txt in there, right? So version control, what it will do is like, hey, you started off with nothing, right? I currently had nothing inside the repo. And then I had added this new file. And then when I add this file, it's going to say, hey, that's a new version of this repository. So then it would show up as a change. And then let's say I edited the hello world file to contain something else, right? And then I edit the contents of it to include, Zach is really quiet.
I'm sorry, what?
And distracted. Anyway, so I edit that text file. And so now I have two versions of this one file. And what most people do is they hit Control-Z to undo and make sure that they can get back to where they were. But what a Git repository does, or a version control system, would allow you to check out old versions of your file. So that way if you make a change that broke something, you can revert those changes back and be back in a working state. So it's a very nice way that if there's multiple people working on a file and one person breaks it, then the other person can come in and know with in best regards that they could get this thing working, even if versions are messed up and stuff. So that is just to touch on the topic of what a version control system. Git is what I call a distributed version control system, though, because there's different versions of it, but a distributed one. Distributed means, let's say I have two computers, so Zach's computer and my computer, right? Zach, name a file. Just a file name.
How about we name this file cookbook.txt, because I'm hungry.
Alright, so he creates a cookbook.txt.
Yes!
What's going to be the first line inside of it?
I am a foodie.
I am what?
A foodie.
Like that? Okay. Anyways, so he's creating a cookbook.txt, and well, let's say I was hungry. Let's say I was... Alright, I'm not hungry, but I need to write a Git tutorial. Well, look at there. I'm already doing that. So I'm going to create a Git tutorial.txt, right? And the first line is where to start. Right? So we have two files, but we want them in the same repository for some whatever weird reason. I don't know why we'd want a cookbook and a Git tutorial, but we want it in the same repository. So what's going to happen is there's this remote repository, right? That remote repository, Zach can push his cookbook.txt up, and then I can push my Git tutorial.txt up, and now the remote repository now has the cookbook and my Git tutorial. And now, let's say I wanted Zach's cookbook, right? I could pull from the remote repository, and Zach can pull from the remote repository, and now he has my file, and I have his file. So it's a very nice way of just... People will be like, why not use Dropbox? Well, if we edit the same files, it kind of gets a little bit more difficult. But the distributed part means everyone has a copy of this repository. Not just one person. So the remote repository has a copy. Zach has a complete copy of all the history and all the files. I have a complete copy of all the history, all files, stuff of that nature. Making it really nice. That means if the remote repository goes dead, right? In theory, and actually in practice you can. We don't normally do it because the remote repository never really goes down. But I could pull from Zach's computer instead, and Zach could pull from my computer.
Hey Will, quick thing. Can you
what's up?
turn your Discord to like open mic? Because sometimes you're cutting out on words and I'm just like, what? I get really confused.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. What about now?
Thanks. Anyway,
I just decreased the input sensitivity. That's fine.
Okay.
Alright. Sorry about that, guys. We had a short little Discord issue with the audio. Apparently Zach couldn't hear me as well. That was my fault. So anyways, that's what a distributed system is. What was that? What's up, Zach?
Just edit it out. No problem.
Yeah, that's the power of editing afterwards. Live stream, suck it up.
Right.
Alright, so that covers what a distributed version control system is. Now, Git is a little bit more complicated than just pushing and pulling files, but it's not too hard, so don't fret over it. We have what's called commits. A commit, I'm just going to draw circles for commits. You can think of commits as points in history that are in line, right? So this commit goes to this, and this goes to this, right? So that could be like V1, V2. I wouldn't actually call them V1, V2, V3 because you can have multiple commits between different versions. But you could think of it like that. What's nice is we have a local copy of this whole tree. Wow, wrong button. Anyways, so we have a local copy of all of these commits. Using this local copy, I can edit files, right? So there's 3 different areas. We have, on your computer, we have what's called a working copy. We have what's called staged, right? And then we have what's called, I don't know what's a good term to call it. So we have a working copy, a staged, and then I'll just call it the commit, or commits. Commit tree, maybe? I think commit tree is probably better. So working copy, this is where you're editing your files. You don't have to worry about Git, it's just in the background. It's where you actually change your files, right? Change files, remove files, add them as you need, stuff like that. Staged is where we actually tell Git, hey, we're looking into adding this file to our commit history. So this is, it's like a neutral zone. What happens is, let's say I added a changed file to the staged. If I edit that file again, it does not show up in staged. It still shows up in working copy. And that old version of that file is still in staged. This makes it kind of nice. It gets kind of confusing to begin with, but you start getting used to the flow. And then when you actually are ready, you actually make it, and you actually go in and create a commit with it, right? And this adds it. This is where you add your commit, and you add that to the tree. So then you would have another commit. It's called v4, and it appends it to the tree. Is there something I need to make more clear, Zach? I'm not quite sure.
No, I think you've got it pretty much covered well so far.
Alright.
Maybe you might want to talk about differing branches next.
Branches next? That would actually be a good flow over to it. So you notice, at talking about branches, this kind of looks like a branch. What you would call that is, some people call it a trunk, actually, but it's also the main branch, if you want. And you notice how they're all just single commits. But when you have multiple people working on files, you have different people working on different features. And what happens is you start wanting to be able to say, hey, I need a sturdy version of this branch before I go off and do my changes. So go into that. What may need to happen. Let's see here. There we are. Alright, so we have let's say, we're going to call this the main branch. Main branch has a couple commits on it. Also, Zach, are you keeping up with live chat? Because I haven't been able to.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at live chat, don't worry.
Okay. So there's our main branch. It has a few commits, and apparently the commits get bigger and bigger as I draw circles. And then let's say Zach wants to work on a new feature. He wants to add, since this is robotics, a drivetrain. This was just base code stuff or something like that. So he's going to actually go off, and he's going to work on his branch. We're going to call this Zach's branch, or just Zach for short. And then he's going to make commits himself. So he's going to edit files and add them to the commit tree, right? Well, let's say I'm also working on let's say back here, actually, before this commit was even here, I started working on something. And I started working on, PIDs. So this is Will's branch. I was just working on PIDs just for an example. And we have commits. I have different commits. Now you can see this can get kind of messy because now we got different histories, and then Atosh is over here pushing to master. Let's just put it that way. He's always pushing to master. Anyways. So we have this branching structure. Now we have 3 different versions of the code, right? We have one up here, we have one right here, and one right here. This can kind of get confusing when you first look at it, but it's actually not that bad once you get used to it. This allows you to have a stable version of your code. So what's going to happen is, let's say I'm done with mine, with my stuff, right? What I'm first going to do is I'm going to create what's called a pull request on GitHub. Now this isn't a Git thing. Git doesn't have the idea of pull request. GitHub has the idea of pull request, and I'll go over what GitHub is in a second. But what I want to do is I want to merge this branch in with this branch. So what's going to happen is I'm going to create a second commit, or this is what it does in the background, right? I'm going to create a second commit, and this is the only kind of merges that have, or the only kind of commits that have 2 links. You notice how they all have just single links? Like, they all link back, right? That's actually how the link flows. It actually just, this one links to this links to this one links back to this one. The only one that has, the only commit that has links that link back to 2 commits are merge commits. And so then Zach will come along and he's like, well, I want to merge mine in too. So what's going to happen in the background is it's going to create another commit, and it's going to merge his code in. And so now all of our changes are back onto this main branch, and now we have the best of both worlds. We have Zach's drivetrain with my PIDs, and now we can keep working on and create other branches later on. I don't know if that was clear enough. Is there something that needs to be covered, Zach?
Yes.
Is there anything else that needs to be covered with branching, or?
I think, are you going to cover pull requests when you go over GitHub?
GitHub? Yeah, I can. Let's actually go over a few commands just real quick. And I think commands might actually be better not written on the by my hand, because my hands are kind of. Anyways, how's that text? Is that too small? There. Let's just create it a little bigger. Make sure that you guys can see that.
Stream delay.
Yeah, I know there's a stream delay.
Okay. Can you zoom in on the command line?
I can zoom in a lot. Alright, to me, according to live stream, it looks well. And I made it a little bigger, but that's fine. We can deal with it, right? Anyways, when it comes to Git, I actually, well, if I was in the right window, I have a bunch of folders, but I have one called Git, and you can see there's our 2017 stuff, grip, outline viewer, blah. I'm gonna go into Technomancers, and I'll cover what Java Basics is later. But anyways, the first thing about creating a Git repository is make that empty folder. So we created an empty folder. I'm going to go into Git Basics, and you see there's nothing in there. That ls command just means list. I know I'm in Linux and not Windows, but I'm more comfortable in it and can type really fast. So just take my word for it. There's nothing in there. Now when I do a git init, what this does is it initializes this empty folder as a Git repository. So it's an empty repository. Git does this great job of like saying initialized empty Git repository here. So now I have a repository. I don't need a remote repository. I can push and pull and all that fun stuff, or push and pulls with remotes. Sorry, I can commit and I can revert, I can reset, I can do all that fun stuff just locally without having to have a remote repository. But where it becomes really powerful is when you do have a remote repository. So I initialized it. It did create. I didn't mean to get A. I meant LSA. It did create this folder called .git, and that's hidden. This holds the internals of our Git, branch information, configuration, where our head is, all this fun stuff. To tell you the truth, I don't know what half of this stuff is, but this is your Git repository. So since it's hidden, when I write ls, just normally you don't see it, but when that A tells me to say all, find all, my head's in the way.
Hey, well, quick note. Things popping up in the lower right or lower left are being cut off by your camera. So
Yep.
things that you're typing and such, or
Yep,
outputs.
Let's see here. Let's fix that real quick. I'm gonna put it in the top. I'll move myself real quick. There we are. That should be better. Anyways, so you can see there's all that fun stuff there. Alright, so now let's actually edit or add a file. So I'm actually just going to create a file called cookbook.txt.
Yes.
We're gonna have brownies in here. We're gonna have cookies. I mean, who doesn't like lo mein? Fortune cookies.
Okay.
Anyways, so I'm going to write to this file that. Just to show you, there's the whole file right there. Now, if I do a git status, this shows me the status of what I'm currently in. And you'll see there's untracked files called cookbook.txt. That means that this Git doesn't know about this file. It's new, it doesn't know what it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to add it so that Git knows what it is. And now it is staged. If I do a git status again, you'll see changes to be committed. This is in the staged area. It's going to create a new file called cookbook.txt. Alright, and so now if I do a git commit, right, because I want to commit this change, it's going to tell me that, hey, you need to write a message for it. And it opens it up in a text editor, and I can say added foods that I really want, right? I'm gonna create that commit, right? Now if I do a git status, yeah, what's up? Still couldn't see me because of my camera.
Yeah, camera. Move it over to the top right. Probably would be best.
Wish I could. I can only keep it in the. I don't have a crop for my
Wait, really?
camera.
Aw.
Yeah, so it has to be on the right.
Or on the left. Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
Maybe middle of the left. Because.
Well, I'm done editing the file, right?
Yeah.
So I'll keep it where it is now.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
It's okay.
Anyways, I really need to figure out a way to crop my camera. I thought there was a way, but...
Just buy a green screen.
Right? I actually do have somewhat of one. It's fabric, so... it just doesn't work too well because I don't have lighting and all that down pat. Anyways, so if I run a git... Yeah, for the future. You see with the git status, that I'm on branch master, nothing to commit, working tree is clean. That's because I created that git commit. But if I do a git log, you'll notice that my commit is there, added foods that I really like. Now I have what's called aliases, which make it look nicer than having all that fun stuff out there. But aliases are more of an advanced topic than anything. Alright, so let's say, oh, well, I forgot to add something to cookbook. So, I'm going to edit cookbook again. I'm going to move myself to the bottom so you guys can still see me. There we are. So, there we are. There's all my fun stuff, right? And what kind of food should I add, Zach? Let's see, we're going to add juice, even though it's not a food. We're going to add juice, ice cream, they're always good. Anyways, there we go. So we'll go ahead and make those changes. Move myself back up to the top so you can see what I'm typing. And alright, so now if we do a git status, you'll see that, hey, change is not staged for commit. Hey, this file that I know of has changed. There's something different here. Do you want to make these changes? No, and then there's also no changes added to commit. So there's nothing in the staged area, but there's stuff in your working copy that isn't there yet. So we'll go through the same process. We'll go through git add. We'll add the cookbook in there. Now if I run a git status, oh, well look, now it knows about it. It is staged. I know about this, and this is where you can add multiple files. You don't have to have one file per staged. So, anyways, we'll git commits, and we'll add another message to this. This message should say, really should remember the ice cream. Right? There we are, and I guess I'll just stay in the center because it makes it easier to read.
There you go. Good idea.
So, I really should remember the ice cream. And so, yeah, I committed it. Now, if I look at the log, you'll notice, hey, now I have 2 commits. Added, I really want this ice cream, remember the ice creams. Or foods that I really want, and then really should remember the ice cream. Right? Again, how I was talking about the nice view, this to me looks nicer. It tells you where you are. It gives you short information about everything else. So, I'm going to copy that. This is what's called the git hash, or the commit hash. It's a hash of all the files there. Now, what's really neat about it is, how I was talking about version control? What I can do is I can say, hey, I want to check out this commit. Okay, it says you can, but be careful, you're not actually on a branch right now. You know how I was talking about branches earlier. You're not on a branch, you're just on a random history commit. You don't want to edit history. But just to show you what I'm talking about, I can go back into cookbook, and you'll notice there's no ice cream there. And the reason the ice cream's not there is because if you look at git log, you'll notice I don't have that one commit there anymore because I went backwards. But now if I do master, right, because that's where I was, and then I look at that file again, ice cream and juice are back because of the power of history. Makes it really nice when editing code. So I think that covers most of Git and the basics. I think it's time for GitHub. What do you think?
Yeah. I think you covered enough of the basic commands with Git so far, so probably make the connection to GitHub, and that'll be good.
Sounds good to me. With GitHub, it is, according to Wikipedia, it is a web-based Git or version control repository on the internet hosting service. Very powerful. So you know how I was talking about distributed how it's a distributed system. This just hosts your repository online, so that when I push code to the remote repository, Zach can pull from the remote repository without my computer having to be on. Before, you could do it all within just your computers to make things, I say easy, just so you don't have to worry about the internet, you're just on the same network. But GitHub makes it a whole lot easier. So, to go what GitHub looks like, this is what GitHub looks like. This is what a repository looks like. It has your different files in there. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to... So, you create a GitHub account, and then you can create a new repository. I'm going to name this one Git Basics. This is probably not going to exist there for too long, just because I just want to show this for purposes of teaching. So anyways, so there we are. I just created an empty repository. You notice how it says you have just access to people, teams, stuff like that. And they could see this. And I can import code from here. But what I normally do is I have to add a remote on GitHub. Or add a remote to my local repository, because it doesn't know about it. So I'm going to git remote add git Technomancers git basics.git. What did it not like about that? Oh, I forgot to name it. This is usually whenever you have like a main repository, it's called the origin, where it came from, where you actually want to keep most of it. You can name it anything you want. It's just a good rule of thumb to have it that way. So anyway, so I added that. So now I could do what's called a git push to origin, my master branch. It would help if I did not use git remote remove origin. I will definitely be editing this out. And we'll just, there we are. Alright, so I want to be able to add this remote repository. So I do a git remote add origin git at github.com, not coim.com, Technomancers, and we called it git basics, and there we are. So now I could do git push, so I'm pushing my changes to origin, which is what we just created above, and the branch master. It's asking for my password because of things. Because I'm really secure. Some people don't even have that set up. Anyways, you'll notice push to blah new branch master set to tracking remote origin. That's what that -u did, is it set it to a tracking branch. Again, a little bit more complex than this is worth. But if I refresh this page, you'll notice there's that cookbook.txt with all those files in there. But not only does it have that, but it shows that I have 2 commits and what my old version of the files look like. And it's also a good way to show the difference between 2 files, right? So I could see that this one commit added juice and ice cream to it. So GitHub's a really powerful tool. You can create pull requests, which is what I was talking about earlier. Other people can pull down this code. This code's probably not going to be there for long because it's not really code. It's just to show you the basics. But GitHub's a very, very powerful tool. And if this video gets enough views, likes, comments, I will definitely do a little bit more on GitHub itself. I think that covers it all. Zach, what do you think?
I think that something key to note with pull requests as well is that you can set permissions on different members of, say, an organization. So if you have your own personal repository or repo, you can obviously pull request different branches as such. But if you're working on a larger project with multiple people, you can actually control who is allowed to make pull requests and who is allowed to approve of pull requests. That way, you don't have people throwing your code into different wrenches of just all sorts of garbage or disarray. And I think that's very valuable, especially on large open source projects that you can find just by browsing GitHub.
Yep, definitely. Just to kind of go over what these pull requests look like, you'll notice that the purple means merged in, red means we didn't merge them in or something like that. We just closed them. Here's one that we requested a change and we closed out early because of something. Well, let's see. Cleaning up a few files we no longer need. Files changed. You'll see it shows you the old version and the new version. I think this was just moving stuff around. That's what that looks like. Renaming drivetrain to sensors, changing separate values around. So even though they're small changes, I still encourage using a pull request so that I make a change, somebody else can see and verify, yeah, this change is going to do what you think it should. So the very, very powerful tool. I haven't used projects, even though it looks like we did. Issues are another way of tracking what needs to get done. Like, hey, we need to tweak the peg pipeline command, or update build.gradle, which I'll cover later. Have compressor start on robo init, stuff like that. It's nice to have like a to-do list almost, and this is what this is. And you also you can have people comment on these things and explain their reasoning for it and stuff like that. But anyways, if you guys liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to us so you know when we actually do another video. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.
And cut.
I was expecting you to say bye, but...
No, I'm sorry. You know, I'm very much not. I'm very much new to the YouTube thing.
Really?
Whenever I'm talking on here, I feel like I'm like I don't know how to explain. I feel like I'm on r/fellow kids, and I am oh god, what's his name? But basically, I'm low-key
Yeah.
PewDiePie. Oh my.
Yeah. He's got hidden talent there, doesn't he, guys?
Dude, I would have. Oh my, I would freaking do my PewDiePie impression right now, but it's garbage. So hey,
But there we are. All right. So what do you think the next one should be? Even that was Git. Now it took a minute. I don't know how long that was. Do you?
well, it says that you started streaming an hour ago, and that probably took you
30 minutes.
30 minutes. We can just like go back and see real fast.
I mean, we're gonna edit stuff out too, anyway, right?
right,
So,
obviously, but yeah. So you started just over 30 minutes ago, like
Alright.
on Git itself, and editing that'll probably drop it back down to like 25.
okay. I don't know. We'll figure it. I can make it work.
Right.
Anyways, so
Cat.
cat.
Cat. Cat. Cat. Cat.
Can you hear her?
Yeah. Cat.
So let's see. I think that covered it for Git. Or at least I covered what I wanted. Make the screen bigger. I can't see her. No. I already put her down.
Thank goodness.
So where should I have the camera? I haven't figured that one out yet.
So you mean to tell me that you have to keep the camera on the left side?
Yes.
Wait, why?
Because I can't crop my camera as easy. Actually.
Oh.
Yeah, so even though when I show you it's just me, there's a lot of the camera that is off the screen.
Yeah.
Like the recording screen, right? So, anyways, I'm going to look up how to edit camera Linux, because I know there was a way and I've done it before. I don't remember what it was called though.
You could set your computer to Arabic, which will flip everything backwards, and that'll work.
No, no, it won't. That will confuse me.
Oh yes, I
like
got a
it-
notification for Git basics. Yes.
Did you? Lovely, right?
Gotta pull this code down before it's too late.
I already deleted it. I don't know what you're talking about.
The cookbook.
Yep, I already deleted that one.
No. For the humanity.
Why is it not letting me type? Oh, it's because I'm over here. Anyways, do you guys like the background music?
I can't even hear it. Oh yeah, we could stream.
Oh,
Rip.
because of stream. It's only on the stream.
Oh.
Linux. Edit camera. There was something that I used. I forgot what it was called. Oh, GUVC. Yeah, I was never gonna guess that.
So real quick for this
GUV.
next one, do you want to pull deep in? Because I have dinner.
So I'll get somebody else to jump on. But
Deep.
enjoy your dinner. Does everybody else need going as well, or are people staying? So it's Deep's turn. Is that what I'm saying? Who? Deep, are you on Discord?
It would seem Deep cannot.
Deep cannot what?
He says that he has to study for bio.
Okay. So who's next? Kevin?
Kevin.
We're
Go.
covering setting up
Kevin.
a Java environment. So that's what's next is setting up a Java environment.
Quick call Cam. Natosh, would you like to be in here?
I'm just gonna display this screen for now, because I am going to be editing the camera. It won't let me edit the camera. Well, I'd have to stop the stream to be able to do it, which is not good.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do it for next time.
All right.
But anyways, thanks for joining, Zach.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, so who else is gonna join? Alright, so we have Kevin. I think, is Atosh still online? I haven't seen him. So, I'm just staring at the screen dead. Alright. So, so Kevin, do you want to join for the next stream? Or I can do it by myself. I mean, it doesn't have to be, let's see, I need to do... You don't need to know what you're doing, Kevin. It's just to have somebody to talk to, bounce questions off. If you have questions about anything, it's nice to know about it. So... Oh, really? The most outgoing person doesn't know what to talk about. Anyways, Kevin, jump into Discord. I just gave you rights to be that. Let's get rid of... Yep, I already got rid of him to do that. And let's edit my webcam to be... I'm gonna do it center. What do you guys think for center? Is that a Kevin? It says you're muted. Still muted. You should just record yourself separately and overlay it when editing. When you overlay it, it's a little bit more. Ugh, I hate editing. That's why I do live streams. Makes it a whole lot easier. Actually, more fun too. Yeah, I'm gonna start here shortly, Kevin. If you don't unmute, at the bottom you have bottom left of Discord. It's your name and a microphone. Just make sure you unmute the microphone. I know it sounds trivial, but... Oh no. Not what I meant to do. Okay. It looks like my live stream might be dropping quality pretty soon. Just because I'm also running a virtual machine here. So... There we are. Okay. Oh, do you only have... You shouldn't have just push to talk. Oh, yeah, you do. Let's see here. I think I did push to talk to make sure like you actually had to push a button to talk. But now you should be able to talk. Yeah, talk, Kevin. I can hear you.
What?
I can hear you.
You can?
Yes.
Who is this? Who is talking? That's my question.
Yeah, I can hear myself talking through you.
What?
Yeah, this push, I have push to talk enabled for a reason though. It's so that you have to push a button to talk so that whenever something's going on in the background.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, this push, I have push to talk. Can you mute the YouTube live stream, please?
Yes, I just did.
Okay. Because now you can hear me and I can hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, okay, I see what's happening. Okay, I got you.
Yep. Just one thing to note though is the live stream is on a delay, right? So,
yep.
So you'll be seeing things after I say them, which can get confusing.
Yeah, I see.
Also, do you think the camera was better in the middle left or?
I don't know. I still think it was in the top corner was pretty good. It was alright.
It was alright in the top corner?
Yeah.
Just the bottom corner seems to be the most active, so don't put it there.
Mm.
Alright. Anyways. Let's see, let's get started. We're going to talk about how to get a Java environment set up. Are you good with YouTube intros?
Still don't know what I'm doing, but okay.
You still don't know what you're doing. Just say, hey, this is Kevin whenever I say, and I'm here with... And then that's when you say something.
Huh? Yeah, you see, I don't know what I'm doing.
Alright. Anyways, so we're going to cover over getting a Java environment set up. Alright, let's make sure that I got the setting up Java environment. Looks like that's good. Alright. Hey guys, Technomancers here. This is Will Dixon, and I'm here with...
Kevin Chen from Technomancers.
And I'm one of the mentors for Technomancers currently. I'm here with Kevin. Kevin's also, he's a team member. I think he's getting interested in the coding. Actually, I haven't heard too much about from what he wants to do. He helped out a lot with the build team this year. So, anyways, to cover what we're doing today, we're going to be covering over how to get Java environment working. I'm actually in a virtual machine. I usually run Linux, but I have a Windows Virtual up and running. That's why it says the Evaluation Edition down here. So, anyways, first thing we're going to need to do is to download the Java runtime environment. Open up a web browser and just search Java SDK. I said Java runtime environment, but you actually want the software development kit. So, we're going to go to that first link there, and you'll notice, woo, where are we? There we are.
It looks like you're having fun.
Yeah. Oh, this is slow. Anyways, so we're going to want to download the Java SDK right there, And then right here you'll have to accept the license. And then you just download Windows 64 32. I hope you're using 64-bit version. But you downloaded it. I've already downloaded it, so I don't have to download it again. And you run it. So say if I go to downloads, you just double click it, answer yes to everything. Do you want to? No, because I've already installed it. So once it's installed, it will install to C program files, Java, and then there's the JDK right there. Let's navigate to that, and if you click this folder, it's going to highlight the full folder path. We're going to copy that, because what we're going to need to do is we need to set up our environmental variables. It's a way to tell your machine what's different about your environment than what's different from Kevin's environment. But for Java development, we want something the same. So this piece, you're going to right click on this PC in the File Explorer, go to Properties, Advanced System Settings, and Environmental Variables, or Environment Variables. And you'll see there's a bunch of scary stuff here. Don't worry about it too much. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new one. We're going to call it Java Home _ home. And then we're going to paste in that value that we just copied earlier. This is going to create that new environment variable so that programs that run know where to find our Java development kit, making it easier for us. Alright, so we have our Java home set up right here. You see that's nice. And then we're going to add something to our path as well. This path variable, we're going to edit, and we're going to, there it is right there. Java home bin. I forgot that I did this earlier already. Let me make sure I didn't create 2 Java homes. Nope, okay, sorry. So we're going to edit, and we're going to add this Java home. Don't forget about the %. So that's like a variable that's saying, hey, I want this environment variable here. And then the bin folder. This tells your environment, hey, all the files that are inside of this folder are executable from the command line, making it easy for other programs to run Java and stuff of that nature. So anyways, we're going to close both of those out. And that's pretty much it for setting up Java. Java's running. If I open up PowerShell or Command Prompt, I prefer PowerShell, and actually I prefer Linux over both. So anyways, if I open up PowerShell and I do java-version, it will tell you the Java version that you're running, which is 1.8.0, right? And then write host, and then $environment, and we want Java home. And then there we are. So now we know that both of these things are working, meaning other programs know where our Java, what makes our Java environment and where everything is. Alright, so I installed Visual Studio Code. It's one of my favorite text editors. It is not heavy in the sense that it's not like an IDE. It is a free and lightweight code editor. And it's a lot of plugins possible. Looks very nice and clean. Just search Visual Studio Code and go to this webpage, and you'll enjoy every bit of it. So anyways, once you install it, you'll see this icon right here called Visual Studio Code. I'm going to open that up real quick. Am I going too fast, Kevin?
No, I don't even know what I'm talking about or even listening, but okay, yes.
So he's setting up his machine right now while we're talking, right?
I'm trying to. Well, actually, you see, this computer is giving me a lot of problems lately, like these past 2 days.
Oh, lovely, right? Anyway, so what's nice about Visual Studio Code is it shows you your folders and stuff like that. And this actually is our code from this year, so you can see it all nice and lovely. Actually, something I wanted to do. Where is it? Is it here, or is it in view?
Yeah, I
think it's here. There we are, file icon thing, making it easier on you guys to see things. Anyways, so you can install plugins. That's what this little icon is. It's actually a NuGet icon, but it's for plugins. And one plugin I want you to look up is this language support for Java. And once you have your environment variables set up nice and neat, right, it allows you to make it like an IDE in the sense that you can go through your code, you can hover, try to do autocomplete, but you'll notice that one of the conditions had to be that Java Home was set in the environment variables. So this should already be a plug and play for you. So I'm going to go to the code, and a good way to test it is to go to a source code that has Java in it. Now go to our robot code, and you'll see this thumbs up in the bottom right. That means it is ready, and it should be working. What's going on is that, oh, there it goes. Just kicked itself into gear. And the reason it took a minute was because it had to install all the dependencies and stuff. That's a lot of dependencies. But I can go into one of these and say, this probably was a bad example to go into robot.java. There, we're going to a command. Anyways, so I could go into go to compressor, figure out where that is, hit F12, and it takes me to where compressor is initialized. Stuff like that. You can hover over it. You can see that there's 3 references. Where are all 3 of my references for this code? Stuff of that nature. It's really nice, really important. It also does formatting for you, pretty nice and neat. So, anyways, that's how you set up your Java environment. Kevin, is there anything that I missed that you are curious about?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Alright, I would like to let you know that I did cover Windows just because most people are used to Windows. I do have it set up on my Linux machine, so if I go ahead and shut this down, you'll see, well, I say you'll see, there we are. You'll see that I have Java Home set up here as well. So it's not just platform specific to Windows, but it's a little different setup to set up on a Linux box. And if a lot of people actually use Linux, let me know, and I'll create a video on creating it for Linux. But for now, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel to know when other videos are coming out. See you guys later. All right, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm just like, it just blew my mind.
That was a short video, if you couldn't tell.
I could tell it was a short video. I couldn't follow because my computer's acting up, like, you know.
I didn't expect you to have to follow it.
Yeah. I tried.
And Zach's making fun of you.
I'm sorry, Zach. It doesn't mean you didn't say it. I can't do it either. Or can I?
Oh, let's play. Okay, good. Whew. I forgot that I thought I forgot to hit this record button.
Well,
I hit the record button. Anyways, give me a second. I'm gonna go grab something to drink, and
okay.
I gotta turn on the light because it's getting dark outside. Oh, Atos should come back because the lights are better now, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I found my headphones. Oh, I had my head to my phone for the whole time. Oof.
Alright, Zach. Oh, that's Kevin. Still. Maybe I should mute him and kick him off real quick.
What?
What?
Nothing. I just got my headphones on. I wasn't listening. Let's go, Zach. Let's take over the channel. Psych. JK.
Alright. So let's see, what else do we want to cover? Notes. I have Java Basics and Robot Code left.
Fun.
Yeah. Oh, Zach, I don't have to. It's the idea that I only wanted one person at a time to do it, if that makes sense. For a voice guest, I think if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, the issue with that is I don't want just anyone joining, Zach. I need to have some permissions. But anyways, so I'm gonna go over Java Basics. I wish Atosh was here for that.
What
Or
happened to
Deep.
him?
I don't know. He dropped off the face of the earth.
He probably died, like I did. I'm just a walking soul talking to you.
Let's see. What do we want to cover? Java Basics. Deep said he couldn't because he had to go study, didn't he?
No life.
Do what?
I said no life.
No life. So.
What,
Instead
is
of
this
setting
just
up
3
Java
people
info.
on here now?
It says 5 people watching.
So Deep's just watching.
Yeah. Well, isn't going over Java Basics studying?
Yeah, hashtag bring Deep back.
Well, I can do another one with Zach in there.
Let's go, Zach.
But that means you would be stuck with the robot code.
Who? Me?
Or I could do Zach for both robot code and Java Basics, or I can do one by myself. I mean, what do you guys think?
I don't care.
I think somebody joined. Who joined?
Who?
I just heard the blue doomp.
Yeah, it was me.
Yep.
So what do you call a 4-eyed, 2-nose, 2-mouth person?
Asian?
No. Ugly.
Wow.
Wow.
Aren't those two
That was-
synonyms?
Alright.
I heard it from somebody today, so I just had to use
That is pretty garbage.
That was pretty bad.
Oh my.
That's what that button does. Alright, so I was gonna go over Java Basics. What do you guys think? Like... Alright, so I was gonna go over Java Basics.
That thing's on a delay.
Yeah, it is. But it's not that big of a delay either.
It's like 3 seconds, 5 seconds. It's not that bad.
Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Still looking at it, but okay.
Would you want to just continue on like next week? Just stop here.
I can. I'm ready to do more if you wanted to, but if you want to do somebody else, if you think that was enough, the setting up a Java environment video, that's probably about like 10 minutes if that. It was a pretty short video.
I think for the first session it's good, and then next week Deep and Atosh and maybe Cameron and other people can get into.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Come up with ideas, especially when it
Right,
comes
we
to Java.
gotta make like an MLG YouTube intro.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That could be something Kevin could work on.
That would be fun.
I do have the music I'm playing will not get copyrighted because he says the guy that made it said I can use them. So
Oh,
I have like
sweet.
so you don't have to worry about audio. That's why I have it going on in the background. Is that while it's quiet, you still have something to listen to.
And it's also like not as so like active as other songs out there without
Oh
content.
yeah, I've noticed. Like that's why I like Popski. It's really good background music.
Sounds like
Pokemon.
no, it sounds like music that you would just like listen to while playing Minecraft.
Yeah,
JK.
that's kind of what the point of it was, right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
so it's pretty good.
Should I post my drawings somewhere? They're horrendous.
I think maybe just save them as files now, and then if anyone wants them, but
I don't know where to
if
put them
they-
though. Also, it doesn't really have much text to it, right? It's just me trying
Right.
to explain it. So,
Right. So I think alone, those are kind of like whatever.
yeah, so I'm just gonna delete those. File, quit,
Okay.
don't save. Never got to the basics of Hello World. Like I had it all set up. Look, it's all nice and set up too. Just
As I wait for the delay.
oh yeah, I forgot. There is a delay. It's not like you see it instantaneously.
Oh, I see it now.
Okay. But you see, I had it all nice and set up. I even have a nice Hello World. I even put in Java docs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's something else we can cover is Java docs. So we have Java basics.
So just
Damn it.
things to cover for next time.
Java intermediate? No. Java basics 2.
Maybe.
And we can cover stuff like. Sorry, I have like a check. I use Google Keep, so I'm having like a list item over here.
Mm-hmm.
So Java basics, we can cover Java docs, which might actually take a little bit more than just normal, because you got to cover like at params, at C, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Basic debugging, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want debugging without the command, without having to have an IDE. Even though I think this allows for debugging.
VS Code?
Yeah. Maybe not. I know with Golang it allows debugging. But it doesn't seem to like it for Java, so. Basic debugging using print lines and stuff like that. I'm gonna need examples, because I know no one likes a Hello World, so I need a...
Right.
I can actually... I don't know if you guys seen this. Let's see. Whoops. Not what I meant to do. Let's go back here. Do that back over here. Sorry, I'm still getting used to my environment and stuff like that. Let's see. GitHub. You guys got me using huge text now.
Yeah, it's just hard
I
to
guess you
see.
guys just... Yeah, well, see, I'm on a 4K monitor, so that's why it's so small.
Mm.
And by the way, we're Asians.
That makes my what? What trigger?
So this is built in Java. Rubik Learn on my repository if you want to learn more about it. I used it to try to skip some classes in Francis Marion. So, but you can see this is a display server, so that's what JavaFX is. But then I actually created a library called Cube.
Okay.
And so a cube is made up of create qubits. Create qubits goes through this complicated mess. So I might actually be able to use this as like a good place to describe basics. Because I actually do use an interface, see? Or implements event handler of key event. Did I actually... I thought I implemented an interface here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Change listener. And it's just something that implements
As
change.
we slowly get there.
And then canvas, so... It's been a while since I've looked at this.
Well,
I don't
there
want to
you
have to go through it again.
go. Yeah, I mean, you can use like you can use a basic example from. No, I don't think we should hit robot code just yet. Actually,
Have you seen what this thing does, though?
Rubik Learn.
Yeah.
No.
Java. Jar. Oops.
See, when
Well,
smart people talk,
I can't
just
make
don't
that
know what I'm
bigger.
talking about.
Can you
It's fine.
see kind of what this is? I can't make that bigger. That wasn't part of the
Ooh.
code. But it's
So
just
is
so I
this
can
just the Rubik's
move.
Cube emulator?
Yeah. But that's what it was supposed to be, right? And it's just built in Java.
Mhm.
I can mix it up and all that fun stuff.
Well, that's cool.
Yep.
Ooh.
And reset. I just solved it.
Whoa. Wow, so cool.
Wait. So if we're able to get it to the point where it's exactly like that Rubik's Cube, can we solve it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Really?
you can't. This Rubik's Cube. There's no way. Like every time you make a move, it makes sure it's a valid move by going through a few checks, making sure the colors aren't on the same qubit and stuff like that. This is a two-dimensional version of it, but I've actually built it with 3D in mind. So if I was able to use a 3D modeler, I would be able to
Like
show this in a
Unity.
3D version.
And that'd be much cooler. Or at least
that might be something to
more
work on.
Familiar.
But yeah,
Cool.
so
Technology is awesome.
but I built that
But yeah,
just
I
so
feel
like.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Oh, okay, fine.
I'll go up.
But yeah, I built this just to say I went into school for computational physics and never finished. So then I went and I was like, well, I want to go back for my computer science degree, but I don't want to have to take the first few courses. So I built this to show them like, hey, can I please skip your courses?
It's kind of funny, actually.
But
Look at Will, so smart, so smart.
But that might be. I don't know if that's going to be a good one to show people though. Like, do you know if that would be a good one to showcase?
No, I don't think so.
Because I mean, it shows interfaces.
You could just
but I
start
don't-
out with like.
I just need. I need an application that I feel like is semi-useful that I'm creating.
Right.
It can be command
One
line for
that's
all I
made
care.
from Java. Because I mean, like as far as content goes, like once we hit robot code, like you can do all sorts of things, right? Like you can make a video entirely on freaking like drivetrain or vision processing alone is probably gonna take like 3 videos. Stuff
I was
like
going to cover vision processing basics, I think.
that. Oh, just basics. Okay.
Like, just to begin with,
Would-
right? But I'm talking about like Java Basics 2.
Mhm.
So Java Basics, I was going to show the hello world, but for Java Basics 2, I want something built out, fleshed out. So I might actually use that one. Rubik Learn, because it's already a built out project. I can show you how print lines work. And then I can kind of transition over to 2017 to... Yeah, I might actually do that. So, Java Basics 2 using Rubik Learn. Yeah, I think that will be better. Because it kind of shows you a Rubik's Cube emulator and stuff like that. Which is kind of neat. It's not like, hey, this is a boring project. No, this is an actual project that's being used. Or, I say being used, that can be used. Alright. So that's it. So Java Basics, going over robot code. With going over robot code, I have WPI lib, I have how Gradle is set up, what an iterative robot is, command-based robot, debugging, and logging system. And really, debugging and logging can be pulled out and brought into the JavaScript Basics 2. So going over robot code might be a better way, like it's an intro to WPI Lib. Right?
If you hear tape, I'm sorry. I'm taping something.
Alright. And I think Java Docs Basics. Kevin, what do you want me to cover? Kevin,
What?
what are you taping?
I'm taping a piece of paper. And also, I'm wrapping something with tape. I don't know. I'm just bored.
Alright. What would you like covered?
Who, me?
Yes. Because this is Technomancers, not necessarily Technomancers programming.
Oh. Well, you see, I'm clueless.
Even with building stuff? Hey, it's Atosh!
Hey, let's add him in. It'll be much more interesting.
Yeah. We can, Atosh, you aren't needed, but it would be nice to have you, if you want to do a third video. We've only gone through 2 videos right now, and we were coming up ideas for more. I have one video that we can go through, and it's, Java Basics. If you want to help with that one. But if he wants to help with that one...
Atosh is a good teacher. He's a good teacher.
I don't know what is... Atosh, are you part of Discord yet? Because I need to make sure you're part of Discord. Oh, I heard somebody.
Huh? Oh, so, Atosh just said he can't join? Why?
Because he's not part of this yet.
Okay.
I wasn't sure who that was. He keeps changing his name, so...
Atosh doing too much, as always.
There he is. Hey, Tosh. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us? The question is, can you hear us? Oh, psych.
I'm back.
Hey!
Sorry,
guy.
got a phone call. Hello.
Atosh should be here. He said
is.
he was. I just don't hear him.
I just heard it. Oh, psych. Never mind. I'm imagining things.
You are.
Wait, Atosh, do you not have a mic?
He does. I was able to talk to him yesterday.
Where you at?
I know, right, yeah.
So let's see here. So okay, that shows that I'm muted. So I'm trying to figure out like if is your mic not set up with it? Have you gone through user settings, Atosh?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Todd. You had one job.
Settings, voice, play around, maybe change your input device, maybe change your output device.
I'm not sure. So Zach, I was talking about basics.
Mm-hmm.
What should we do for the basics?
So things that we've nailed down. So Java docs, yeah. An example.
I don't know. Let's see. Hold on, I had my list somewhere. Where'd my list go? There it is. No, Java basics, Java docs wasn't gonna be there.
Oh, okay.
This is like object-oriented class properties, methods,
Oh.
constructor methods.
Okay.
I was actually going to go over Gradle because that's what we use.
In Java basics.
Well, you want to know how to build a project, right?
In Java basics.
If you look at the screen shortly, yeah. I mean, that's as small as your Gradle build file has to be.
Okay.
So, it's not that big, it's just...
Right.
I'm still thinking, yeah, you want to know how to build your project, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's kind of why I went with that.
So, under like actual Java basics, are you doing like, so you're doing object oriented? Do you want to do like data types, all of those things?
I can do some data types, like strings, ints. Wait, is there an int? Booleans. I don't know. How to set a variable, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
like
talking about?
initialization, declaration.
Alright.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're talking about something on your screen, I can't see it yet, but we didn't mute you, homie.
Yeah. If we muted you, it would show the mute symbol, like what you're about to see next to, Zach. So...
No, wait, I think
There.
mute is personal. No,
Well, no, I just muted you before. Like, I just
Oh.
muted you.
yeah, I didn't see anything.
And then it shows up muted. So...
Yeah, muting is a personal thing.
But it shows you,
Are you sure it's picking up the right like input device, like the right?
well, he says he probably went to user settings and he went to input mode and saw voice activity. Input sensitivity, if that bar never hits the green, we're not going to be able to hear you.
Oh yeah. Are you voice activity or push to talk only?
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I didn't know how to move
no,
that.
he's
Hey,
muted,
Tosh.
guys.
Hey,
I
Tosh.
was muted.
No,
I'm right here.
Muted,
It,
guys.
it was deafening. I was on deafen.
He was muted.
So,
Hey, Tosh, you had one job.
quiet.
You had one job. You had one job.
Well, I don't know.
I
I
think-
think HH has a few jobs.
Right, that's true.
Anyways, so Atosh, do you feel comfortable about going over Java basics with me?
Cool.
I guess you were kind of listening to the whole conversation.
No. Oh,
Or were you
goodness.
too busy trying to figure it out?
He's on voice activity, so the green circle around this thing is like flaring up, and it's just like.
I want to talk. I want to. No. He's still not talking.
Yes, I am talking.
Now you are. I'm getting so triggered right now.
I'm trying to figure out like if he's gonna talk or not. He talked for a second. I think he doesn't realize. Do you know what voice activity is, Atosh?
No.
Basically, whenever you talk, it'll pick it up and say and play it through.
It's
Just,
fine,
just
right?
talk out loud, dude.
Hello.
There we go. We can
My
hear you
name is
now.
Banana. Can you hear me?
Hello,
Yes.
my name is Joe. And
my
Are
name
we're
you my
playing
mommy?
a bu-
Alright, let's go. What's going on here? What's going on? What's going on?
Alright.
What's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here?
Okay,
You know what's
so
going on?
if you're
You
doing
shut
if you're
up.
doing math, then please move to push. Because
Are you talking to?
No,
Are you talking to?
I know.
I had this
I don't
role
know.
set to push to talk only, but
Atosh, do you know how push to talk works?
No.
No.
Basically, push to talk is like this. When you push the button, then you can say things and it'll actually come through. If you're not pushing the button and you're talking, it won't come through. Which
but
is
which
why
button
even though
is
I'm
it?
saying
Because I don't
it
think they
makes
know.
Oh, you can set it personally. I set mine to left control, but you know, you can set that in input.
You
in the
may need
user
to
settings
tell.
and-
You will need to tell the other two about that.
Yeah.
Because now I just set it to where that role has to have push to talk to be able to talk.
Oh,
So you know that the voice guest role,
Yeah.
role. I set it to where you now
that's
have to
nice.
have that role. You have to have push to talk to be able to talk.
meaning if
And
you
so
don't have
now-
push to talk, then you get muted like Kevin?
Apparently,
Whoa. Okay.
Kevin doesn't realize that he doesn't know how to use push to talk.
It's okay.
So when I changed the setting back to voice activity, it worked for him. But
Mm-hmm. Welcome back, Atosh. So anyway,
you're gonna need to be able to set your push to talk setting. Oh, push to talk only works for the desktop client.
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So
I've been using the desktop client for so long. It's just like
I'm gonna uncheck that setting.
Alright, now, did somebody muted me?
We didn't mute you. We put it on push to talk only. Are you using the desktop client?
no, they're using the web client.
What's the difference?
Basically, push to that. Okay. So what you're on right now is probably voice activity. Basically, whenever you say something that the volume level like hits over that sensitivity thing, then it'll come through and we can hear you. Otherwise, it won't. Push to talk, it doesn't matter how loud you talk because we will be able to hear you as long as you press a certain button, which you can set on your own. However, you can't use push to talk unless you have downloaded Discord onto your actual computer instead of just using the web client.
Oh, no. I have Discord on my phone.
Oh.
Yeah. I have it on my phone, not my computer.
Hey Tosh, you keep
Yeah.
getting disconnected
That's
and reconnected.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering why were y'all talking about pushing buttons?
Yeah, dude. Push the home
'Cause
button. Hold the home
computers.
button. Hold the home button, homie.
Alright,
Back to the topic.
Hey, Tosh. You want to download Discord? And actually talk? With push to talk?
I can't actually download it.
What?
Why can't you?
Admins?
Download it. It keeps giving me an error.
What?
Let's see.
Are you downloading the right version? Or the right, for the right OS?
Yeah, I am. System fail.
Hmm.
well, we can keep it like this for now. So Atosh,
Well, I got it
So
on my
it-
computer.
Hey Josh, will you be able to help me cover the basics of object-oriented languages?
Wait, who is this what? Who is this guy?
I've been asked that. Nobody answered. They'll probably muted me before. Or push to talk.
Wait, did I leave? Did I ditch my jobs and stuff?
Lex,
Wait, who is this person? What the heck?
I don't know. Hey, welcome, Minecraft user. And
I'm so confused.
This is awkward.
as this is definitely not. This is just us talking. This isn't like.
Wait, I think this is actually just a rando.
Well, hello.
Hello.
And I already forgot
Where
my
did
password.
they show up?
Please do not say it out loud.
It is
Oh god.
Pokemon.
Dude,
Masters.
I swear if it is. Oh my god.
All right.
Alright, so
Crazy.
Tosh, would you like to talk on this one? Because, you know,
No,
Crazy.
do you want me to talk?
I mean, yeah,
That
because
was the
Kevin
whole
and I have
reason.
already been in video. I don't know how much Kevin did, but, you know, what?
Kevin did like a few seconds.
I mean, I was
It was a
eating,
minute or two.
So,
Kevin did the intro to installing or getting your Java environment set up.
good job, Kevin.
I know.
So
right? Yay
we've
me.
covered Git, and we've covered that. So now I was going to go over JavaScript or Java basics, not JavaScript basics.
JavaScript basics.
That's something completely different that I probably do want to cover as well.
Oh, relevant to that. So you know that book that Cameron has for his web design class?
Yeah.
I actually spent some time in Barnes & Noble today, and I was just like looking around while I was waiting for my ride home, and I found that exact same book, and it's like 40.
Yeah, they're pretty good. 40 bucks isn't bad. I have about 10 textbooks in different languages, all worth about 60-70 bucks each.
Wow. See, like I was contemplating whether or not I should buy one, which it was like
Save
the
it for
big
college.
Ranch, it was
Save
like the
it
big
for
ranch
college.
guide for like web design, and I was like, eh.
If you have a resource like me, I don't think you need it. You also have the web, so
Yeah, exactly. That's why it said no.
anyways, so Atosh, how it was kind of going with people that were joining in the chat, it was I would introduce me, I would also and then introduce whoever was talking with me, and then I would start the course. But throughout it, I would ask you questions, ask if there's questions you may have, stuff of that nature, stuff that maybe should be covered that wasn't covered.
Yeah, Zach, you should make a Reddit post on the Everseer subreddit.
I'll do it next.
Make a
A
post.
Reddit
man.
post for what?
Let's like say, oh, there's this
Just
channel
stream.
you guys want to listen to for like programmers who want to learn.
Well, create a Technomancers subreddit.
I mean,
Or a Reddit account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on
Oh
know,
yeah, dude, I'm on. That's me. Hello. This be me.
just put it on the FCC subreddit so if anyone who wants to watch can watch, and you know, community service, chairman's blah blah sort of thing.
Yep. So I was gonna want to cover this Java basics though. I mean, I don't know where to. I say I don't know where to start. I could start with what object-oriented languages are. Go over the basics of vehicle, car, truck, stuff like that. Go over like definitions of classes, properties, methods. Go over what a constructor method is. Maybe it's all theoretical, so it's not Java in general, but what object-oriented languages are. So maybe object-oriented basics? Object-oriented language basics.
Wait, how do I switch over from my phone to my computer so I can talk? Because my phone's about to run dead.
You just get on your computer and you type in discord.gg and then you download it.
Yeah, I already downloaded it and I'm already in.
Oh, then just get off on your phone. Get off of the phone and get on the computer. That's it.
Okay.
So what do you guys think about that? Having an object-oriented language basics and not a Java basics, so I don't have to cover up the build Gradle stuff.
That sounds fine to me. And then because like data types are just general over all of programming, you can do that.
Well, it doesn't
Also,
even have to... I don't have to go over data types, though.
You should create a playlist of all these videos.
Oh, no, I was. Trust me. I was... So, that's why I have been... So, even though I'm streaming this, I've been doing separate recordings between them for the actual videos. And then I was going to go through and edit those and re-upload them.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that you don't have to watch this 2-hour-long live stream to see what we're talking about. It's actually content that you can watch later on, so that people that weren't able to make it can re-watch it.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I was just, yeah.
All right, I made a Reddit account.
Woo!
Okay. So object-oriented language basics. I wasn't gonna cover types because I don't think that's really needed, but class methods, properties, constructor methods, and I think interfaces are covered there. Like the concept of interfaces, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I stopped listening halfway. This
All
one.
right. Do you guys use Google?
Yes.
Google Keep? You guys use Google Keep?
No.
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you know what Google Keep is?
Is that
Yeah,
just
for
like a
taking out.
Google?
Yeah, it's like a note-taking app. And that's kind of where I've been keeping up with my notes. So,
Whoa. Wait, so this is basically what I do with sticky notes on my computer. All right.
well, yeah, if
What is
actually, if I show you what I'm looking at real quick, duplicate, remove that, yep, add another, let's see, I wanted to add a screen capture, second monitor. Is everyone still there?
I'm right here.
No.
Oh, it just was dead quiet. I mean,
Sorry, I'm eating fruit.
What's going on?
alright, anyways, so I'll show you what I was talking about in a second. When you see me viewing the live stream, oh god, it's just gonna be one of those effects, isn't it, soon? You'll see that Google Keeps in the right, and then the live stream itself is on the left. There it is. So I have my notes while I'm watching the chat, while I'm watching what I'm viewing, and then also going over here to actually do this stuff. So,
What's going on?
alright.
Interesting sounds. But,
I like that effect. Do you see the effect that's going on?
yeah.
Alright.
What does that sound? That keeps happening.
When you hit push to talk, it's like boom, boom.
Didn't?
Maybe it's when I'm pushing to talk.
No, when either of you push to talk, I don't hear it. That blood up is whoever's texting at the same time, right?
Okay.
There you go, Kevin.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, he might have been disconnecting and connecting back. That might have been him. Okay, so I want to cover object-oriented languages. Who wants to be in that call or that chat, or you can be in the chat and listen.
Just don't talk.
Yeah, all of you
Yeah, I'm
should be
gonna
on
get
push
out.
to talk, right?
I am. Kevin, you're on push to talk, yes?
No.
Okay, well, don't talk. Or get to push to talk.
or I can force everyone to be pushed to talk.
No.
Somebody show me how to do push and talk.
Okay. So, down in the bottom left. Wait, are you on the desktop client?
Yes, I'm on
Or
the
on the
desktop. I'm on the desktop.
Like, no, I mean like the downloaded client or on the website. Are you on a website called discord.gg, or is it like a pop-out window that you can move around on your screen?
So what?
Are you on the Discord website, or did you download a thing and
I downloaded the thing.
so go to user settings down in the bottom left. Also, Will, you misspelled Technomancers, bro.
Did I?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
I just noticed. Oh my god.
I murdered it, didn't I?
Oh. Okay, so you're in user settings now, yes, Kevin?
Uh-huh.
No, I didn't. What are you talking about?
Thank God you can change it. I thought you were about to hire thing and just okay, so now that you're in voice, you go to input mode and change it from voice activity to push to
Where's the input mode?
under voice in the user settings,
Oh, okay, I see it.
and then hit push to talk, and then set a key.
And you must hit that key to talk.
To us, not to talk in general. Like, it's not like you can't talk.
No,
physically.
no. To talk in general. He can't physically talk
All
without
right, thank
pushing
you,
that
Will.
button in and out.
Thank you, Will.
Also, Atosh must be
Okay.
put.
I see.
Here.
All right. No, it just looks like you're typing out like a paragraph or something, just because it keeps saying at the bottom that you're typing.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
you just
when
probably
I
like typed
download.
in. No, you probably like typed in something and then just like left it there. Like, I could just type one word, and it'll say that I'm still typing. Because I haven't changed it.
That's sad.
Yeah, now both of you are still talking.
Wait, but I don't even have anything about what?
Oh,
How?
there it goes. Whoa!
I
You
get
typed
there
all
when I
that by
download it.
hand?
See, hey Tosh, you have one job.
Wait, why are you downloading to that folder specifically?
No.
App data, that's where it installs normally.
Into Gitkraken?
Where do you
You're
see Git
installing-
Kraken?
You're installing Discord to Gitkraken.
What the heck is
Is he?
that?
I don't see that. Where?
Program line 4 about to install to see users ITOS app data local Gitkraken.
I don't know why he's doing that.
Ha! Ha ha ha.
I don't know why
yeah.
he's doing that.
So when
Uh-huh.
you download, does it not give you the option to be like where to download to?
No.
How about when? So are you clicking like a download link? And right click the link, don't left click it, and hit save link as, and then move it to a specific folder.
I think this
What folder should I move it
tutorial is
to?
going to be on how to use Discord.
Wait, what? Well,
This tutorial is going to be on how to use Discord.
dude, I swear to God, that's what people need, man.
I wonder if there's a Discord client for Linux. Oh, ew.
What?
I still had it way zoomed in.
There
there
is
is a
one for
Linux.
Linux.
tar.gz.
Huh.
I wonder. Let's see. Now I gotta check for Arc Linux. Though.
No, it just has Deb. And
Yeah, I can't accept debs. I don't accept debs. Oh, there is one though. Sweet.
oh,
I don't know if I'll use it though. Because technically I'm using what's called Rambox, which holds all of my chat messages into one.
I literally just said to go to a certain folder. I'm like, go to the public users folder. And I still went to like get Kraken. I don't know.
Hey Josh, have you never used Discord before?
I have. I just used the website.
You see, Zach, I never used this either.
No, but Kevin, you don't play online games.
Sure don't.
Well,
I wonder.
eh.
You know what this Discord uses what's called Electron, and I'm wondering if
flim flam
GitKraken
is-
does too.
I mean, the UIs are structured very similarly. Just goes
You
to
don't know
show
what
you, Git Kraken.
Do you know what
is-
Electron is?
No idea, but just goes to show you, Git Kraken is inferior.
I wonder why Michigan has so many robotics teams. It's not like they have any good. They're not good at manufacturing.
Just uninstall your Git Kraken. That is the key. Ooh, what is
But-
this?
That is what I'm talking about. It's build cross-platform desktop apps with JavaScript.
Oh, this is dope. The heck?
And it uses HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, so all that fun stuff. Also, can you guys hear that dog in the background?
Yes.
Yes.
So
I
I
was
am
just about
sorry.
to ask about that.
I am sorry.
It's okay.
Let's see if I can...
So do you have a... Wait, is that your dog or a neighbor's dog? Also, they allow dogs in the apartments?
Neighbor's dog. And yes, it depends on the size.
Ah,
And
okay.
according to the bark, it is a Chihuahua.
Yeah. Go
Wow, you're an expert on cats and dogs. Hey.
Where's Shoulder Cat?
She was on the stream earlier.
Hey, you didn't.
Kevin told me I needed to make the screen larger.
I know, right? I couldn't see it. Or are you about to put her back on?
I'm gonna try to get her.
The cat?
She cares. No, she doesn't care. Anyways, wait. Do you want to cover object oriented tonight or not? I need to know. Because we've kind of been
Sure.
going on the stream for a while without doing another language or doing another
Right.
tutorial.
Well,
What's this dude right now?
Atosh, if we do it, then you would talk.
Go.
Okay, just discipline. So do not talk when, like, because of voice activity, right? So don't be obstructive.
I will ask questions though, and
Oh.
I want you to actually. Let me go close that window real quick though.
Tilted.
It's a stupid dog.
Zach, there goes dinner.
Hey man, I already ate. Get out of here.
I ate Zach's pieces. I'm good.
Dude. Oh my god.
Remember those days when we go 7 days of Zach's
Dude,
pieces?
I still do it.
Why?
Because I love Zaxby's.
Okay.
There's Shoulder Cat.
Yes.
Yo.
Say
Kevin,
hello.
stop it. You already ate.
Really?
She's beautiful.
See, now you're sounding creepy.
I love cats, dude. Get out of here. I love cats.
Well, make the screen bigger.
You can't.
Which screen? The YouTube screen?
Yes, I can't see the YouTube.
Make your monitor bigger, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna make it. That's about as big as I could get it. I mean, they only give me but so much room on the YouTube page.
Oh no, it was creating a delay, so I didn't see you maximize the screen. So
Bro.
Oh, you must be way far behind, because I'm actually more up to date than that.
Kevin, down in the bottom left of the YouTube video or the stream, you will see a thing that says live. Make sure that that live thing is red.
And not gray.
Yes.
Mine is red, but there's a little bit of a delay.
I mean, that's fine. Like, red
Yeah,
means
that's-
it's like
but
less
that's
than a
as-
second.
That's as live can
okay,
get.
I see.
And then
still
the
on
actual, like,
delay.
default stream delay is like 5 seconds.
Alright,
I'm
let's
still
get
on
some-
a
I'm ready.
Or
delay.
maybe 10 seconds.
Ready, let's go.
Okay. In that case, I will leave the voice channel and watch the stream.
Alright, well, you don't have to leave it. You can stay, just stay muted, right? Or just don't push to talk.
True. Alright, in that case, I'm gonna
And
go
also,
do it.
if there, actually, I don't mind having multiple people in this chat. I just figured if there was too many, it might get too obstructive. But if you guys have questions throughout it, interrupt. That's the point of having the voice chat, right?
I'll just
Yeah.
interrupt you in between your lines.
No, don't do it, Kevin.
I will.
Well, then I would just have to re-record everything. And
No,
it would
Kevin,
take twice as
no.
long.
No.
I won't do it. Just so you
Uh,
can record.
Should I go back and
Oh, yeah,
talk
hold on.
about?
Quick side note. Hey, Will. So,
Yes.
I'm working on like a massive redesigning of the website, right? And I wanted to like do the bootstrap stuff with parallax and whatever. But should I go ahead and pull what I have now into the master just because it's like a visual update instead of
It
just
depends.
like because
Um,
like
That's up to you. You're the one in charge of the webpage. If it's a feature and it's already done, push it. If it's not quite done, as in you are not... Okay, so... You have you heard of semantic versioning?
no.
It's the v0.0.0
Oh yeah,
for
yeah,
everything,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Okay.
So do you actually know what those numbers mean?
No.
Alright, so the first number is a major version. If that number changes, that means the previous major version was a breaking change. So if I was version 1 and then I moved to version 2 is a breaking change. So if you download version 2, expect something was broken if you were using that package or program. For something, so that makes sense. Like, functionality is different, pretty much, right?
Okay.
The second number, the dot whatever, that second number is a minor version. That means you're adding features. Everything still under that major version still works, and you're just adding features to it. You're not breaking anything. If you use that package still, you're just adding features or tweaking how things are worked. You're not actually breaking the functionality of it. And then the bug version, so it's major, minor, bug, or hotfix,
Or patch, yeah.
or patch version. That patch is used for bugs. For example, I fixed this bug. There was a small bug in this version. I fixed it. Hey, I could tweak something. This is a tweak for it. Made it a little bit more performant. That sort of stuff. And to go back with the webpage, if it is a major version or a minor version, yes. If it's a bug, no. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Meaning if it's completely separate from what you're currently working on. So,
I mean, it's like... Okay. I'll think about it.
yep. And I kind of want to get to that kind of versioning with our robot code.
Yeah, right, because you don't want to just like keep on pushing just random bugs. You want to like work out a few and then,
Well, also, it's easier to keep up with. Right now, I was tagging everything. If you look at BusyBee actually has version tags.
That's something I think that you forgot to mention with branches.
What, tags?
Yeah, also tags. But
I
I
wouldn't
don't
worry
know
about
if
it.
it really matters.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. I'm reading through this description of Wiki's object-oriented programming stuff, just so I can get a familiar idea on it.
There's a difference between there's a difference between procedural and object-oriented program.
What's what?
In procedural abstraction and object-oriented program.
Functional is what I've heard it as, instead of whatever you said before. There's a good bit of difference. It doesn't use objects. It uses functions passed into other functions passed into functions. That's kind of what Golang is. Functional programming. Let's see, there's a Wikipedia on that one. A style of building structure and elements of computer programs that treats computation as the evaluation of mathematical function and avoids changing state and mutable data. I can't really think of a good example of it. Most major languages use object-oriented. Functional programming are for I've heard of Erlang, I've heard of F# and Haskell. SQL apparently is functional. I didn't think about it that way, but it is.
Never heard of them.
You haven't heard of
Isn't
SQL?
SQL just SQL?
Yeah. SQL, I mean, you call it SQL, but yeah.
Oh, right, Microsoft SQL. Okay.
Oh.
You can turn a lot of languages into a functional type. I don't know what Golang's programming type is. They say it's not object-oriented, but it seems to be. But it can also be very functional, too. It's kind of the mix between object-oriented and functional. Kind of gives it a nice transition between the two. And I've actually been wanting to learn a little bit more about functional programming as well. Just to kind of brush up skills on different things. Because once you learn one language, you know how you feel like you know all languages?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Well,
the general
that's-
ideas are still there.
That's not the same whenever you switch to a different programming paradigm. So
Oh,
the reason
yeah,
it
so-
feels like you know all languages, like you know JavaScript, so you know Java, you know Python, you know C++, you know C#. The reason you think that is because you know object-oriented languaging. But once you switch over to functional, you have to think differently. And so that's kind of why I want to teach myself that, is to so that I can learn more languages, right?
Wait, did you already do functional since you do Golang?
Golang is kind of a switch between the two. It's not object-oriented, but it's also not functional. Does that make sense at all?
But do you want to start the video or?
Yeah, we can. I'm just trying to catch myself on what we're gonna really go into, and let's see. So there's that and that. So 10 and 2. Okay. All right. So,
While
guys.
we talking about object oriented, I'll be reviewing for my AP exam Tuesday.
All right, that's fine. As long as if I ask a question, you speak up. All right. Okay. Also, a little heads up, Atosh, whenever I do the intros, I do introduce myself and then I introduce the other person. So, I say I introduce the other person and I say I'm here with, and then that's when you would say this is Atosh or something like that. Whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say, right?
Say something funny like banana.
It's okay.
No,
I
you don't
threw
have to say banana.
I threw Kevin off and I threw Zach off. They both took a minute to respond. So
It's new.
I am so not
it
used
is
to
different.
this.
All right, guys. Starting the recording, and I'll start the intro shortly. Let me get to a correct screen, then I can see myself. Alright. Hey guys, it's Will here from Technomancers. I'm one of the mentors for the Technomancers First Robotics team, Team 1758. I'm here with...
Atosh Guha, one of his students in programming.
He's actually one of the main programmers that we had this year. He was, I would call, my understudy. Zach, who was on earlier, he was at third. He is a senior this year, so I didn't really get to talk to him too much, but I still got to see him program and stuff, and they're both really brilliant. Anyway, so I was going to cover object-oriented programming. A lot of people, when they think of it, they think it's a big deal and stuff. It kind of is, but it isn't at the same time. It's a very easy concept once you get it. A lot of languages use it. We have, according to Wikipedia, Java, C++, C#, Python, PHP, Ruby, Perl, Object-C, Swift, Scala. I'm pretty sure there's Wave and more out there. But a simple definition for it is a programming paradigm based on the concepts of objects, that's where it gets object-oriented from, which may contain data in the form of fields or attributes, I also call them properties, and code in the form of procedures, often known as methods. Very key importance there. So you can create instances of classes. Classes are kind of the form of objects. So anyways, let's dig right into it. So object-oriented programming, once you get into it, and my brush size is off. Oh, lovely, right? I need to figure out why this keeps doing that to me. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Yep, that works. Anyways, to get back to what we were talking about. Object-oriented languages. Or I call them object-oriented languages. People call them object-oriented programming. To me, they're the same. But you have this idea of an object. And I keep messing up on the screen because of reasons. Alright. So, the idea of an object. An object can be anything. Just think of a physical object. We have cars. We have trucks. We also have vans, right? Well, the one thing that they have in common is they're all vehicles. Vehicles. I probably murdered their spelling. Let's just do motorcycles too, because it's technically a vehicle too. But they all, and here's the key point, they're all objects, right? A vehicle is an object, a motorcycle is an object, a car is an object, trucks are an object, and vans, which I murdered the spelling of, like, horrendously. Sorry. There we are. Motorcycles, cars, trucks, and vans. They all, and there's a key importance, inherit vehicles, right? So they all have vehicle-like properties. And there's that word again, properties, right? So you can kind of see where things are going with this. I can create an object, also known as a class in most languages, right? I can create an object called vehicles. Vehicles may have information. It will hold some information about it. Let's see, one thing it would have. All vehicles have a motor of some sort, right? Even if it's an electric car, it has a motor that turns electricity into kinetic energy. They also have, so they all have a motor type, let's put it that way. So that would be a property on this. A property is giving information about an object. Number of wheels, right? They all have to have wheels, but how many? They also have doors, right? Number of doors. Even if it's 0, they still have a number of doors. Gas mileage. Well, that's if they only have gas, right? That's that would go under motor type, and you could do stuff like that. So let's just stick with those basics. So those would be called properties on vehicles. But then you also have methods or functions within these, right? Some of these functions may be drive. Right? Hey, I actually need to move. These are like verbs for this object. Drive, brake. We have, and the reason I'm putting the parentheses is because whenever you write a function, you usually put those phrases around it. Again, I'll go through that whenever I go over Java basics and stuff like that. But for object-oriented, well, just stick with this. So we have drive, brake, we have turn, and there's, of course, probably a lot more functions. But they all have those basic functions. So that's what a vehicle has, right? So a car would be a little bit more specific, right? A car, which would inherit, yeah, I'm going to put 2 dots for inherit. Inherits a vehicle. So it has all of these methods in there now, right? I just inherited it, and so now it has all of those in there. It can drive, it can brake, and it can turn. It has a motor type, number of wheels, and number of doors. A more specific thing about this would be an abstract. I think Atosh was just learning about that. This would be an abstract method, or an abstract class. That's a little bit more advanced. Just note about it. An abstract is something that you can't actually instantiate yourself. But a car would inherit a vehicle, so it inherits all this stuff. But what makes it more specific is a car has, let's just say it's a sedan.
Excuse
so
me.
it would have. Yeah. What's up?
Will,
Yeah. What's up?
you should probably show the screen.
Oh.
Hey, Tosh,
Yeah.
this is why you have a mic.
I was like trying not to interrupt. I was trying to like text it.
No, I mean, if there's
I
something-
don't see texting.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need to show the screen.
so just, like,
Yeah.
interject.
That's
If
fine.
it's major.
Or not to interrupt.
Restart?
That's fine. I don't mind restarting.
Yeah, restart.
I thought I was
No, that's
just.
fine. That's why
Yeah,
you're here.
I wanted to save the screen too, but I didn't want to
Like-
interrupt either. So
Atosh wasn't talking, so someone had to say it.
Thank you, guys. I mean, that's what you're here for, right?
I mean, it's all a learning process.
I was just hoping you would like look at Discord chat like real quick and show the screen. So I don't have to say anything.
Yeah, no, he's
I kind of have too many windows open.
also,
Why
as a
did
side
you
note,
pushing stuff to GitHub?
it's the website, don't worry about it.
Oh my! What the?
What's going on?
He's keep pushing stuff to GitHub. I keep getting a notification like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Alright, sorry about that. Atosh, we'll have to go back through the intro again.
That's fine with me. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that was my bad. I should have thought about that. Let me go ahead and... Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that old video, because I've been talking and talking and talking, and nothing happened. 2058... 1948, 1902. So yeah, 2058 was the old one.
wait, so you can't go back and edit it?
Oh, I can. I have 2 videos currently. I'm streaming.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I'm streaming at the same time, and crap, I just lost my pin. No. I kind of need the pin.
But yeah,
though.
no,
That's
Atosh,
what
by
writes
the
on
way.
the.
It was
If
Zach's fault.
If you're typing it in chats and stuff, like, he's not seeing the chat, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't want to
It's-
like interrupt his whole flow. He's like talking like, don't.
But I mean,
How do I tell him?
what does the flow matter if people watching the video later on are just like, what is he talking?
There it is. Found the pin.
Yeah, I'm like, he said.
Yeah, that's
block it
true.
up. I'm like, oh god.
So it's fun.
I mean, like, while I
I was also
would
like, saying,
probably,
is this intentional or is there not a screen?
No.
or-
it's like, while
Yeah,
I
it's on
would
the screen.
probably enjoy looking at a guy in their 20s just sit in front of a mic and talk without anything else, as much as the other guy, as much as anyone else, I mean, if there's supposed to be supplemental material, it's supposed to be.
It happens.
Gee.
All right. I'm gonna take like a 2-minute break. I gotta go to the restroom real quick.
No problem, dude. On a side note, if anyone wants to see what I've changed the website to, you can right now. Like, I pushed them up, so you can look at how much I've changed.
I need to go buy something to drink. Well, I'll
Do
be
you not
back.
have water at home, dude?
I mean, I do, but I just don't feel like drinking water. Oh no!
What kind of privileged No.
Crap! My aunt's place closed. Oh, I wanted to go buy
Dude.
tea. I wanted to
you
go
want-
buy tea.
Dude, if you want, like, green tea, just, like, come over.
Nah, I don't want green tea. I wanted the it's. I think it's. I don't know. Is it green tea? No, it's some type of other tea.
Jasmine,
I don't know.
do you know what it is in Chinese?
Yeah, not happening. Nope.
I mean, I was about to say, like, if it was like Juhua or, like, whatever, because Juhua is Japanese.
I know, but UI is pretty good, but I didn't want that. I want something else.
Juwan is actually like, really good.
I know, but I didn't want that. I wanted the one that tasted like Xiaomi shit, the one that Tino bought.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, I'm gonna stay muted if you can, but I'm about to play a song over the stream that I think you might enjoy. Just because I kind of want to listen to it right now. You guys ready? Or do you have this?
Okay.
Do you have the stream unmuted? Let's put it that way.
Well, I'd probably go out to buy something to drink, so.
Dang it! It's the wrong one.
What is
It
going
was
on?
playing
Will?
way too. It was playing way too fast. I was like, why isn't this actually playing? Let me see if I can find it.
Oh my
Why isn't it
gosh.
not showing up? Well, that was anti-dramatic.
So what is this?
I mean, this is the orchestrated version of it. There it is. It's just called. Why doesn't it not like the comma?
Okay.
Here.
Just give up. Just shut it down and go to bed. Come on now, you're killing me. I fought demons and dragons and balrogs, and you're the one killing me. Let's call it a night, Shane. I'm serious now. Don't make me... Listen, let me put it to you like this. You're out of ammo. Where did your health go? You'll never get far without a life bar. Don't fight
What the
them,
fuck?
just flee. Clearly you're sleepy. You could be snoozing instead of losing. No more dying. Please stop trying. You need skill, Shane, and you haven't got any. If gaming skills were money, then you wouldn't have a penny. You need luck, Shane, but you're flat out of that. Here comes another pitfall, and there you go, splat. I'm not surprised to see you lying there dead. I think the headshot was invented when you stuck out your head. Is there a button broke? Is this as slow as you can race? Out of only 7 racers, you're in 47th place. You must be lost now. Where's that other puzzle piece? You've been down this fucking corridor a dozen times at least. Is this Lemmings? Because you just ran off a cliff, and your stupid face was priceless. I hope someone makes a gif. Game over, Shane. It's game over, Shane. That's right. Game over, Shane. Go to bed. Game over, Shane. My name is Wally, I'm a wizard, and you know I've been around. So don't be talking shit or I'ma have to put you down. I've got a magic wand, and I rock it like a mace, and then I'll hop onto my dragon and we'll torch the whole place. I'm an old boss, so they shower me with riches. I got magic
No
in
wonder
these
I missed.
fingers, just ask my
I went to
twin
wash my
bitches.
hands. I caught
Game over, Shane. It's game over, Shane. Turn the power off.
Dude, what?
What?
Wait, that was beautiful. What? Please tell me I can find this video somewhere on YouTube.
You can.
Hey Will, what is this called?
Hold up. Sorry. I thought I've been talking the whole time, and my mic was muted. So, anyways, that was called Game Over Shane. It was on Bandcamp. Yeah, you can. I think you just had to pay like $1 for like 100 of these things. Of his songs, at least. But yeah, go to. Yeah, just go to Bandcamp, look up. Popski, I think. Yep. And he has a mega pack. It's under the mega pack.
Beautiful.
It's great, isn't it? Alright, Atosh. Are you still there, Atosh?
I'm right here.
He's studying.
Okay. I was gonna read you the video. You don't have to be that professional about, hey, I'm a student and all this and that. Be fun with it. You're
Hi,
welcome to be
I'm
that
Atosh.
professional about it. Yeah.
Hi,
And you don't have to say
Atosh.
your
I
last
work
name.
I am the guy who calls you at night.
No, dude, wait, no, don't be creepy. Like, if you want, like, you could be like this. It's like,
I'm the one who wants says you have an error on your computer. I'm working
no,
on
no, dude, if I were you, this is what I would do. Hello, my name is Atosh. I work at the 7-Eleven down the road, and he pulled me in here. Please help me.
Or, have you guys seen The Princess Bride?
Yes.
You should just use,
My name is Indigo Montoya.
yeah, that one. I'm Indigo Montoya, and I'm here.
Prepare to die.
Yep.
Yeah,
That thing.
dude. That's it.
Anyways,
Or
so
you could say,
I was probably going to start it again
Never
soon.
mind.
By the way, I had to turn the music back down. How's the music volume compared to my voice?
it's pretty.
Pretty good? Alright. So, Atosh. Again, don't have to be so professional with it.
Hello, my name is Atosh. Some people call me Esteban de Julio Montoya. I don't even know the full thing.
Oh, you just went from Indian to Mexican really fast with that one.
Yeah, I'm dude. I was trying to go with like Esteban from like.
But Esteban is not Indian.
Are you sure?
I think he's Hispanic.
Nah, Esteban, he's Indian. No,
I don't know.
Stop it. Just stop it.
He's Indian.
Just stop it.
I don't know. Anyways. Alright, ready, Atosh?
Mm-hmm.
Loosey goosey. Hey guys, it's Will, and I'm here with Technomancers. I'm one of the mentors for Technomancers, and I'm here with one of the students.
Hey, my name's Atosh. I'm one of his students in programming.
He still cracks me up with that. Anyways, he is one of our lead programmers, actually. He did most of the code that's written for our code this year, 2017. And he did an amazing job with it. We got autonomous working towards the end. Hopefully we learned a lot, and we can push towards and teach everyone else what he has learned. And before I forget, because I did a whole video on this without sharing my screen, there it is. Anyways. So, what we're covering right now is object-oriented programming, or languages. Specifically, we're going to be talking about Java, but today I'm just going to try to go over the basics and the ideas of everything. Java is not the only object-oriented program. We have C#, C++, Python, Ruby, Perl, Scala, all this and that, according to Wikipedia right here. According to Wikipedia, object-oriented programming is a programming paradigm based on the concepts of objects. which may contain data in the form of fields, other known attributes, and code in the form of procedures, other known as methods. A lot of words put into one sentence to try to get that description across. Let's break it down. Objects, attributes, which I call properties, and methods. So let's go over and let's start talking about it. As for object-oriented programming, there's objects. Objects you can think of as physical objects. They don't have to be physical, they can be ideal objects, but it makes a lot more sense when you're talking to somebody and trying to teach it to talk about physical objects. So today, objects we're going to talk about, let's call vehicles. Vehicles is very broad, and it covers a wide range of things, but you'll see why we do that, because then I want to cover inheritance as well. With vehicles, we have cars, so I'm going to put that down here. So let's see, we have cars, trucks, SUVs.
Normally with inheritance or objects like that, if you can say like a car is a vehicle or a truck is a vehicle, normally then you can say that it's an object of vehicle, and that's or you can say it inherits a vehicle, and you can use that to connect it to is a test.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what we're trying to head with. So we have cars, trucks, SUVs, and let's go motorcycles as well. Right? And as Atosh was mentioning, as with inheritance, I could say a car inherits from vehicle. A truck inherits from vehicle, SUVs, and motorcycles. So they all inherit that single property of vehicles. So an idea of a vehicle. What does vehicle cover? Atosh, what are some properties of a vehicle? Not cars, but vehicles in general. Properties, not methods.
They have wheels.
So maybe number of wheels, right?
They have motors.
Motor type. Let's say doors. Even though motorcycles don't have doors, we can say that a motorcycle has 0 doors, right? So we'll just do number of doors. Is there anything else? Alright. Let's just stick with that. We just need a few properties. We don't need that many. Just to get the point across, right? So these are properties. Let's also go over methods. Some of the methods that can be involved. So what are some methods you could think of as verbs? So what does a vehicle do? You said drive? Brake? Is there another one that you could think of?
Yeah.
And turn. There you are. So that's in general what a vehicle covers, right?
Yeah.
So then let's see. Now we want to create a car, right? Well, a car inherits. I'm going to use 2 dots to say inheritance. In other languages, you do inheritance different ways. This is just a general, so just know that the colon means inheritance. So a car is a vehicle, or of type vehicle. Now whenever we create a car, we say number of wheels. How many wheels does a car usually have? It's 4. Motor type, for this car, or for general cars nowadays, we'll just say, I'll say V4. Just for now. I know there's a lot of differences there, and cars just a it could be another, part of the inheritance tree, right? You can have sports cars or something like that, but I'm just covering very general basics right now. And then number of doors, if we go with the sedan, we'll say 4 as well. Very simplistic. But then a motorcycle would still inherit from vehicles, right? But number of wheels would still equal, you only have 2 wheels this time. Motor type, it'll probably be a V4 still, just a smaller volume. Number of doors, also I'm a programmer, not a car person, so don't quote me on a lot of these things, and 0. But now what's nice, when we inherit from these vehicles, I can say car, let's just say car.drive, and the car will drive. Now nowhere in here did I specify car, or drive. Right? I just specified motor type, number of doors, and number of wheels, and then I told it to drive. Well, how can I do that? Well, I could do that because it inherits from vehicle, right? And since it inherits from vehicle, it inherits all of these properties and methods on them.
Right, and you can say that because vehicles is the superclass of the motorcycle subclass.
Yeah. I didn't know that was the name of it, but yeah. Superclass. So.
That's why you say super in a constructor, like super open parentheses.
Some languages use super, so that's a good point. You could use super, and then,
Like,
dot property name or something?
Yeah, you have like a constructor for the vehicles. You have a constructor with wheels, types, and door. Super, if you just type super with wheels, type, and doors in the car subclass, you automatically inherit all those methods and the vehicle. And so it just matches all of those, so it matches them all to the constructor of the superclass. So you have all of those methods, which is really neat, and it saves a lot of time and space.
And it keeps you from copying code, right? But let's not get confused. Super is one of the words, but you can also have base. I think C sharp. I think C sharp uses that one.
Java uses super, and I think C++ uses base.
Yeah. I think most C languages, so I'll just do CL for C languages. So C sharp, C++, C, I think use base. Alright, so that's enough with just objects in general. We went over properties and methods. Something else we wanted to cover, kind of lost my train of thought. What else did I want to cover?
They wanted to cover
constructor methods and interfaces. So Atosh kind of hinted on this, constructor methods. Well, constructor method, so let's go back to cars, right? Well, how do I create a new instance of a car? You would say new car, and then you would put in parentheses usually some values.
Hey, we can't see the new.
Oh, thank you.
Blocking code.
I forgot my my camera. You know what? I'll just scroll later. Alright. This is why I stay on this view. Alright. There we go. Sorry about that.
You're creating an instance of the car subclass.
Correct. Yep, so we're creating cars with values. So something of value might be, let me actually get rid of this real quick. Something values would be number of wheels. So we'll pass in the number of wheels. We'll also pass in the number of doors. And the number of, not number, the engine type, right? Motor type, right? So that's what we're going to pass in. And that creates a new instance of car. But this car would be a Jeep. Right? So I'll say Jeep equals new car, and number of wheels would be 4, number of doors probably 2, and motor type is probably going to be a V6. Right? And then if we want a sports car, so we're just going to call it sports, equals a new car, which equals, since we're still using number of wheels sports car has 4, number of doors, we have, let's say a sports car only has 2 doors, and a motor type, probably a V8, because it's a sporty car, then a sedan. I think we kind of get the idea with this. But you could see how you could pass in different values. So a sports car would have 4 wheels, still 4 doors, and probably only a V6 engine. Right?
Can you define the type of these things like Jeep, Sport, Sedan? What's a cool thing, even though there might be like a car or a motorcycle, whatever, before you give the name, when you actually initialize it, you can use vehicle for all of that, and it allows you to do something cool called polymorphism. That's a part of inheritance. So I can say vehicle Jeep equals new car, vehicle sports equals new motorcycle, whatever. That's really cool for just doing cool stuff with objects.
Yeah, that covers a little bit more of the advanced stuff. Which object-oriented goes into way deep stuff, and I think some languages cover more, and some languages don't cover as many.
It's huge in Java.
Java is a big object-oriented language, though. So, anyways, that covers all cars. So now we have a car object that we can create different instances of. So now if I say sedan.drive, right, this does not drive all cars. This just drives the sedan object, right? This doesn't drive these. These two are still stopped. I could tell Jeep.turn, and Jeep would finally turn. But it won't move because I didn't tell it to drive. So they're all different objects, even though I created a new instance of them. You gotta think of them as separate entities. So yeah, that kind of covers the constructor. A constructor. That's how you construct an object or instantiate. An actual constructor would look something like this, though. You'd have a class car. And then you probably have your curly braces, you didn't curly braces, and then you would have a public void, because a constructor doesn't return anything. And I'll come back to what these two mean anyway. So public void car. And this is where you could say, hey, I want no arguments passed in. And this is where you could call, hey, I want super dot something equals something else, right? So this is where you're actually creating your object and what variables you want to set everywhere. This public means, hey, I need this to be facing outside of this object. I need other objects to be able to see this. Void means this is your return type. Since we're not returning anything, you have to be void because you're not expecting to return anything. But another, you can have something called an overloaded method, right? An overloaded method would allow me to create two constructors for this object. So I can create another object called public void car wheels, right? Number of wheels. And then we'll say super dot num wheels equals wheels, right? And that would be it. Now the language itself is smart enough to know which one you want to call. If I call a new car with no parameters, it's going to call this one. But if I call new car with a 4, right, then it knows to call this one. And because let's say the number of wheels is an int type. What you need to be careful with, though, is you can't have an overloaded method with the same parameter type. Or method identity, I guess is probably the more proper term for that. And what I mean by that is I can't just say public void car doors, right? Because doors is also of type int, right? And I want to call super whatever. I'm just gonna, it's the same thing as above, but you can't do this because then if I call new car, the language doesn't know which one to choose. It doesn't know to choose this top one or the bottom one. So it's ambiguous case is what most languages call it. There's an ambiguous case. I don't know which one to call. I'm going to throw an error instead because I don't want to call the wrong thing. So it's going to be an ambiguous case. But what you can do is you can create a third one with int wheels, int doors, and you have to require them to have both. And it works because then it's like if I have one integer, call this method. If I have two integers, call this one. And that kind of covers the basics of constructors. So we also went over properties. Properties on, yeah, so, anyways, so a property may be a simple, we already covered the little bit of properties, but to go back to it, so we have a public class, well, I can't even spell. Public class car, right? Now, a car would also inherit from, so let's just go into a little bit more details here. I don't think Atosh minds with me going into detail.
No.
So I'm just gonna, for simplicity's sake, use a colon for inheritance. Some languages actually say inherit. Some of them use colons, some of them use different words depending on your language. But public class car, and then we're gonna, or extend, I think extend's another one, so then we're gonna extend from vehicle. Right? Now remember, vehicle has like number of doors, number of doors, number of wheels, and motor type. Well, a car, what's different from a car than a vehicle, Atosh? Just to get a little bit more specific, what does a car have that a vehicle, not all vehicles have?
A car has a steering wheel.
Okay. So we automatically know that there's a property called a steering wheel. Probably it's going to be a boolean, so we'll just name it true. This will probably be a public constant, because that won't change. It always has it. So a public meaning, hey, anything that inherits from car knows that car has a steering wheel, or that is true. And sorry about that, I didn't mean to mess up with people's ears. Alright, so another thing, a gas pedal, right? It has a gas pedal. Wow, that was sluggish. I will just say that equals true, and I'll just it's still a public constant. Stuff that might be private to a car that other things don't need to know about, that's a little bit more complex, so let's not get into that. Let's just stick with this public stuff. I mean, I could talk days about object-oriented, but for basics, this is what properties are. So it still has number of wheels, number of doors, motor type, but specific to a car, it adds steering wheel and gas pedal, right? So now car has 6 properties on top of it. And since we already know it drives and it turns, and it also has, and it can also stop, it can brake. Well, something else it can do is, let's say, turn on brake lights. Turn on brake lights. And yes, we're repeating stuff that can be put into other things as well. This is just to prove a point, right? So this would be public void, because it just doesn't need to return anything. This just needs to return, hey, well, I just want to turn the lights of the car, right? And this is a method. This method would get called whenever I want to turn on the brake lights of a car. Now, a vehicle doesn't have turn on brake lights, only the car. So this now has 4 methods to it. It has drive, turn, and brake, but it now has turn on brake lights. Something that might return something, just as a little teaser, public, let's call it a float, or a double, or whatever language you're using uses different things. We want to, let's see, get gas mileage, right? Get gas mileage, and that would return a float, or how much gas mileage this car has. Because maybe that changes. That's not something that's constant, or it's a variable, but this variable might be a private gas mileage that not everything sees and has to go through this method. Or maybe you need to calculate what gas mileage is. So you would go through this method to calculate it and return that value, instead of having to put it into a variable every time whenever you need it, because it's a calculated value. So steering wheel, you don't need to calculate. Gas pedal, you don't need to calculate. How many wheels, you don't need to calculate. But you do need to calculate that gas mileage, therefore it's not a constant value, so you really can't put it in a property. So you need a method for it, and that would be a getter method. If you go into other languages, you can still create a property, but it would have getters and setters, and one of the getters would be a function that would return gas mileage, and it gets very more complex, but this kind of covers the basics of object-oriented languages. I can't really think of anything else to cover. Atosh, do you have anything else?
Nope.
Nope. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please like down below. Subscribe to our videos so you know when we are live next. That way you can stream to us live, talk to us live. Thank you guys for watching. Alright. Wow. I just figured there was a lot of stuff we could have covered. I needed to cut that one a little short.
Yeah.
But, wow. I mean, I could go into, because I was starting to go into what public and private and
Yeah, that's
return
definitely one where we
types.
like split into a few different ones.
Yeah. Because we got return types, public, private. I was about to go into abstract in the previous video, and I was like, nope, we need to get away from that one. Inheritance was kind of deep, but kind of needed to be covered. Whew. Well, I can do another video, but I don't know how you guys feel, because I know you guys have school tomorrow and exams are this week.
Yeah, IB exams.
Alright.
So that's gonna be fun.
Well, so
I mean, I was studying
I
the
think-
entire time. I'm doing comp sci. This is kind of a review for me.
Well, I kind of skipped over. I didn't do interfaces, but I think interfaces would have covered like way more. So that's 3 videos. I'll probably
Good
post
for
them
a
at
first
Monday.
session.
Yeah. It'll probably be like. I don't know when to put the videos out though. Even though we're doing it in one sitting, I can schedule them to be put out at certain times and go live certain times.
Just like how other YouTubers do.
Yeah,
Huge
they
sessions.
program like they do like hours on end of like
Yeah,
50
and then-
videos.
But then they just like release them one a day or what.
Yeah. So, actually, I hope we can do that. I know I could do it on my other channel, but usually YouTube doesn't give those kind of special features without, like you have to have certain, what you might call them, certain rights, kind of. But, I can do another video. Do you guys want me to do another video, or do you think that's it?
I'm probably gonna like go study now,
Alright.
but like I'll study more now.
Study more. Alright.
I'm gonna go do my boring stuff and watch television. Wait, were y'all done with it?
What do you mean done with
Yeah,
it?
they just finished.
So y'all were done with the video? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I got sidetracked. I was watching the Storks.
Yeah, and I think Atosh, I think you should study, even though I know it's just a review, because that's all it is. Even if it is computers, you still should study.
Yeah. And I hate
Alright.
this having computer science. It's stupid.
It's easy though.
Not.
It's easy stuff.
It's not. I never use any of this.
You will sooner or later.
It's like, I can just like type into a computer and hit compile. If it's an error, oh well, I can fix it.
Are you talking
How
about
many guys
debugging stuff?
And no, it's like, which one of these would work? What error would this cause? I just hit compile and see.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I think I think those kind of questions are more for debugging, though. Right? If I get this kind of
For
error,
sure.
then I know what kind of. I would prefer to phrase the question, "Hey, I have this error. What's the possible cause?" And then you would go through. That what you would actually use. They asked it opposite of how you would actually use it.
Asked it in the school way.
Yeah. So. Yeah, if it was me, I would have asked it the other way. Like, hey, I got this error. What's the possible cause of it? Right? And then I would give you code to. But that's just me. So I think we covered enough. I got 3 videos to edit now.
Have fun.
Kevin's got 1 video to edit, and it's taken him weeks. I got 3 videos to edit by tomorrow.
I mean,
Not
what do you have to
necessarily,
edit?
wow.
What do you have to edit?
I want to push it out Monday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
What do you
Okay.
have to edit? Like, do you have to change a lot, or?
Do what?
Cut video.
I have to cut videos, and the thing about the videos is you have to spend probably 4 times as long as the video is to actually edit it.
Yep.
Because you have to watch through the whole thing, make sure you're cutting in the right place, making sure audio follows, and then when you're done, you got to watch the whole thing again. So it shouldn't be too bad,
editing
though.
is boring.
Well, see,
and
that's why I
hard
do
at
it
the
live,
same
Kevin.
time. I hate doing that.
That's why I do it live, so I can try to do as few edits as possible. I mean, if I was doing this non-live, I would actually be recording my camera separately from my actual
Like-
actual desktop.
Canvas, basically.
Yeah. So and then my audio would be recorded separately, and I'd have to tie them all 3 together, move my camera around so I don't have people saying, "Hey, your camera's in the way," or "Hey."
Yeah.
So
But also, that just takes a lot longer.
Exactly. It takes way longer. So I'd prefer to just, oh, I messed up.
Right.
Oh well, let's push this video out and see what happens.
Right.
So
Yeah, no, that camera thing though is what really confuses me because I know like on OBS with Twitch, like you can set it up so that like you can set a certain window for your camera.
I thought I
Like-
could too. I thought I could edit the camera, right? I thought I could like crop it, but it won't let me crop it. Because I use OBS.
Mm,
I need to be able to crop the video though. I don't think you understand what I'm talking about because, well, here I'll just show you. Shrink this back down. Put this in the corner. Go to this one and reset transformation and stretch the screen. That's what I'm talking about. Give it a second and there. Do you see it?
oh, what the heck?
Yeah. There's no way to crop it.
So,
So that's why I was doing the
right. Oh, so what you're doing is you're actually just moving it off. Oh, okay.
yeah.
You're just moving it out of the area that is seen.
Yep.
I seen. Okay. Okay. I get it now.
So that's why it could only stay on that side is because that was the side I needed to cut off.
Oh
Right.
my.
Wait, but when you were in the bottom left, looked like there was all of that stuff on the top though.
There's probably stuff on the top. You're talking about this view? Yeah, there's still stuff on the top. I don't mind about the
But
stuff on the top.
like I feel like it's the same amount as when you're also like in the top left.
Oh, because it snapped to it,
Oh, okay.
right? It just snaps to the top for me, so I don't have to worry about it. I could crop it.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking like, wait, if you can crop vertically, then why can't you crop horizontally? But okay,
Yeah,
I
you're
see.
talking about like this. Yeah, it's just because it
Yeah,
snapped.
I see now. Okay. Well,
Yep. And I did find what I was looking for. I just, since my camera's in use by this software, I can't edit it in that software.
okay.
Does that make sense? So I have to edit it while I'm not streaming, and then start the stream, and it should work.
Okay. Well,
So for
that's
next
something
time-
for next time. Yay.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm stopping the stream. Bye, guys, in the stream.
Bye, bye.